Hey, hi, hello, good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this fine Friday? I don't remember what day of the week it is. How is everybody? Hope you're doing well. I have some bit of exciting news for you guys. I had an idea that just kind of popped right into my brain this morning as I was kind of taking some steps in a circle around my kitchen as I do. Oh, apologies. Famous Footwear is saying that I can save 30% on athletics for the family today. So that's a win for me, I guess. Hey, maybe while I walk circles in my kitchen. My in-laws have a way cooler setup in their house to where the bathroom and part of the kitchen kind of takes up the middle section, and you can walk through the kitchen, down this pantry hallway, down this other hallway where the bathroom is, and like all the family, we call it the wall of shame, where everybody's family pictures are, and then into the living room, and then start back over at the kitchen. And you can just make this loop over and over and over. And my childhood home, if you saw the video, you can kind of see what the house looked like, at least in the burned state. I have a 3-part series of us tearing that house down, going through what a burned out house looks like and all that. I think it's linked in the description still, somewhere toward the bottom of the description, if you want to check that out. But my childhood home kind of had a similar thing, but much smaller scale than what my in-laws have, with more spread out. Yeah, just walk in circles in my kitchen. But hey, it's how I get the steps. And instead of having to carry my phone around with me, I bought this little, well, my husband bought this for me, and I bought another one that didn't quite work the way I wanted. So he bought me this one, just kind of on Amazon, I think. But that's all I'm at today so far. So kind of a lazy morning. But anyway, yeah, the idea just popped in, and I'm like, yes, why didn't I think of this earlier? So I'll wait till a few more people get in here, and then I'll kind of explain my idea. Hi, Amber, and hi, Amber. 2 Ambers in the house. And I always think to ask you, Amber, does 9 in mean 9 inches? Or does that mean something else? I always wondered what the 9 in part of Amber 9 in means. I never knew. Super lazy for you. You're exhausted. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know if it's just me. Have you guys just not been able to sleep? Like, I'll fall asleep, and like 40 minutes later, I wake up. An hour later, I wake up. Like, just over and over all night long until last night. I still woke up about 4 times, I think, but I was able to go right back to sleep. I'm just ready for some time where I can just actually sleep. And I've started to cut off my liquids around 7 p.m. And this is kind of as a current bedtime of about 10 p.m., maybe a little after 10 p.m. because it's summer. So about 3 hours before I'm going to bed. But last night was the first time I did that. Started instituting that rule. No liquids after 7. And then I was so thirsty about 10 that I just took like 5 big chugs of my water. I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I'm so thirsty. And then I'm like looking up, having to pee all night, being thirsty at night. And they're like, you have diabetes. On the old Google machine. And I was like, oh, wait, do I? Because my mom has diabetes, my grandma had diabetes, but I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean, technically look like somebody who would have diabetes, but hey, as far as type 2, but that looks can be deceiving, I guess. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm already kind of on this like intermittent fasted lifestyle to where you're bringing the carb load down anyway, so already that's good. But I'm just kind of like, do I have diabetes or pre-diabetes? Like, that's scary, but I don't have any of the other symptoms besides just being, and this is something that's been a theme since I've had kids, really, is just being thirsty at night and having to get up to pee multiple times a night. I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of for a minute there was like on this like downward spiral. Do I have diabetes? Most likely I don't. It's a little early. I don't think my mom got her, or I don't know, accumulated. I don't know what it's considered when it's type 2, because a lot of times, I want to say most of the time, it's because of diet and lifestyle rather than the fact that it's purely genetic. I don't know. Oh, you just slept one night properly. I don't even go in the night. Oh, wow. Yeah, since my kids have been born, like at least 3, I mean, there may be a handful of times where I didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom at all, but like most of the time I'm just peeing all night long. Thankfully not in the bed. TMI. Marlene's like, what did I sign up for coming in right at this topic? We're talking about just sleepless nights or just waking up constantly. Even if you can go right back to sleep, like just the interruption of it all is kind of like, I'd rather not. We're almost to 5 minutes. We have a few people here. So yeah, we don't have any donations thus far. Oh, my father-in-law. Thank you for asking. He is actually getting discharged today, but not so fast. He doesn't get to go home yet because he spent so much time in bed, and the infection, the staph infection he had, and the UTI, and just the 2 different procedures he had with his pacemaker. And I think one of the procedures was to put the electrodes or something in. Again, I don't know. There's been so much information in like a 5-person, 6-person group text that I'm like, what happened again? So he's just like worn down and weak, and he can get up and stand and take steps, but just having strength in his hands, like he's going to this place where he can kind of rehabilitate his strength and be able to walk without feeling all jittery and falling over. Yeah, so he needs to kind of just get his strength up, and we're fingers crossed it won't take too long. And like my husband and my husband's brother, who are there quite a bit during the day, like they've been both working from his hospital room so that he can at least have some human interaction. At least they kind of like switch off in shifts throughout the day, but they're both kind of working with him as well to just get his strength up with the little stress balls, like the little squish balls in his grip, and helping him take some steps and stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be home. I think being real liberal about it would maybe be within a week, but probably more likely toward 2 weeks. I don't know. Who knows? I guess it's just gonna be dependent on my father-in-law just trying to get back to good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yes, welcome Marlene. Welcome Amber and Amber. Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And I just realized I didn't put my rings back on after I made some dough. So I put this one on because it was over here, and I was like, oh, my rings. So that's where my ring is. It's downstairs, so I didn't get dough all up in it. And my Agni Manatite that I normally wear here is also down there. Let's see, catching up on comments. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate that. So as far as the new giveaway alert, I'm just really back. I kind of took a bit of a break because it was so hot, and even just trying to get my candle stuff going was like almost kind of a chore because it was so hot, and just cooking out, heating the wax up over the stove, just adding more heat to it. So now that things have cooled down a bit, at least where I'm at, I've just been like full swing back into the candle game, and I'm like, maybe, just maybe, I can be doing a candle giveaway. And Amber, I still have your candles. Amber 9in, I still have your candles. They are ready. They are cured. They're nice and cured. It's been like 2.5 to 3 months since I made them, maybe more, which is good. That's good, because the fragrance oil has a lot of time to infuse with that wax, so you can light them up the second you get them. So I'm going to be sending those out sometime probably next week. And also I have a couple orders from a friend of mine, Jessa, who always orders from me. I have a few orders that she placed for her different friends and stuff that need to go out next week. So I would like to get also Amber's out next week. And then, because I'm back in my candle game, I have some new fall scents on order, and I already had some that I ordered about a month ago, a little less than a month ago maybe, that I'm really excited to try. And the ones that I have tried, I'm like, chef's kiss. And these aren't just me straight up fragrance oil. I have to be that alchemist in there where I'm mixing different ones and coming up with very unique scents. And I'm so flippin' excited about a couple of the ones that I've created. One's called Harvest Moon Bonfire, and I'm obsessed with it. Like I need to order more. No, I'm just about to get into it right now. I'm telling you what the giveaway is. I want to create like a fall candle package for one lucky winner. And I'm thinking this will be 2, maybe 3 candles. Well, at least 3 candles, one of which I'm going to be including. Let's make it 4, right? Let's do it. I'm going to be doing my reversal candles, which are the red on top, black on bottom, which can reverse. They're a general candle to reverse just about anything that is afflicting you. And even if you're not really sure of an exact thing that you know is afflicting you, you can just light it with the, and I'll give you the instructions in your gift box on how to exactly do that. And, you can just create it in general, anything that's standing in your way, reverse anything that is affecting your luck, your, karma. Karma's kind of this matrix construct that's not even real, but it's definitely keeping the tally. It feels very real while we're here. But on a actual spiritual level, it doesn't actually exist. But while we're in the matrix, it feels like it exists because we're operating under those laws or rules or whatever. Yes. So, and Brandy Lynn, I also have your candle that will be going out when I mail out Amber's candles as well. And also, so general reversal candle that you can use for a very specific reason, or a more general reason of just anything that is most affecting you or standing in your way or blocking you, because the whole premise of using a reversal candle is to reverse. And I don't send that energy back to sender. I just recycle it back to source. That's my intention I always put out. So that's the first candle you're getting, which they don't look so pretty, but boy, do they pack a punch. The second one will be a money reversal spell candle. So it's green on top, black on bottom. Again, not the prettiest thing. It's a little pillar candle, which I've showed before. I wish I'd have brought one up. Didn't do it. So that will be the second candle. And that will reverse or let loose any blockages to opportunities, abundance, finances, resources that are due you per your spiritual birthright that are standing, blocked up or somehow standing in your way. Also, I will be doing probably 2 8-ounce tin candles, which I didn't even bring anything up. Normally I'll have 1 or 2 floating around in here. But on the next live stream, I'm going to make some of these up this weekend. And then on our next live stream, which will be next Wednesday, knock on wood, fingers crossed I don't feel yucky like I did Wednesday. I had to cancel last minute because I just wasn't feeling 100%. Not a headache this time, just kind of feeling just kind of off, kind of blah. So instead I just kind of drank some water and just hung out in bed and just kind of took it easy so that I could show up for you guys. I don't ever want to show up not feeling 100% because I want to get the best info and the best connection I can with my spirit to bring forth that info for you. Let's see, catch up on your comments. So the two 8-ounce tin in a candle tin thing will be fall kind of themed scents. That's what we're going to be doing. So that's a total of 4 candles, maybe some melts thrown in there and some other little goodies, just to really pump up this box, make it fun. Let's see some comments here. So, you completed the journal. You did a major ritual after the free giveaway. Oh, cool. Awesome. I love it. Let's see. So, yeah, you've been missing the readings. Oh, hi, Kalite. Welcome. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Let's see. Where can you find info/order candles? I do not have a website yet. That's something I'm kind of going to be mulling over and trying to figure out probably early next year. Like, I'm just not there yet. And with all the writing I generally like to get done in the fall once my kids go back to school and kind of get into the swing of the fall season and then NaNoWriMo in November and then the holidays in December, I'm just not seeing a place I can really scooch in a little opportunity to create a website and get that in full operation at any point. And I'm still kind of in the testing phases of different candle, combinations of the wick, the vessel, meaning what the candle goes into, the different waxes. But from pretty much out of the gate, I found a real big winner with the it's coconut oil soy wax blend, and it's just so creamy and beautiful and clean ingredients, and all my scents are clean ingredients. I'm not about that life with all the phthalates and the parabens and the toxicity. I don't want it in my life. I don't want it in anything I'm creating if I can help it. So all my stuff is the cleanest stuff you can find at all. And there are a lot of other clean candle companies out there. I'm not the only one, but I make it, my number one priority is to make it clean and non-toxic as humanly possible. So yes, in the meantime, I'm still taking candle orders if you feel so inclined. And pretty much at this point, it's going to be custom because I'm going to and you'll email me. So it's just Amanda@donephotodesign.com. Donephotodesign.com. A jingle. yeah, so you can just email me and just ask specifically what you're looking for, and we can come up with an arrangement, maybe between back and forth with a few emails, which is, maybe not the most what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent and cost effective and easy way to communicate about making an order out there. I mean, most people just prefer to see a shop front and click their size and their type and then go to the shipping calculation and then boom, place my order. I definitely want to get there someday, but I guess the con, or that's a con, is you can't just do that. The pro is you get 100% custom tailored customer service for the time being, for me to just because I have a couple different ways I do my candles. One just for the general public that, like my mother-in-law, she'll order candles for me from time to time for a neighbor or her boss at work had a birthday, and so I don't put any kind of, I just put like general, just good, good vibes in those candles. But for people who are looking for more ritual spell candles, I can really charge those, pump those up. And then of course you can add any of your intentions, clear away any intentions that I put in, whatever you want to do. So I kind of play it both ways right now, depending on what the person getting the gift or, placing the order is looking for. So far, most of my orders have been like specifically like woo-woo vibes. So that's what I love. So yeah, so you can email me and just let me know. My biggest size currently is 8-ounce tin, which is pretty decent size. I don't have one in here. I'd show you. And then the 4-ounce tin is kind of my secondary size. I think the most bang for your buck, though, is going to be your 8-ounce size, at least from my 2 offerings thus far. Because the same amount of work really does go into putting all the prettiness on top. And I'll show you guys a few pictures of some of my more recent creations, since I don't have any up here with me. Let me go to my photos. Okay, here's one. This was for a recent order. So we've got, hand painted with mica powder on all these little pieces that I also hand pour in different colors, different scents, what have you. And then I paint them with mica powder, and then I add, crystals and other glitters and stuff. Let's see. Well, here's another kind of order altogether. These are like the little melts that I made. Let's see. Going farther back because I took a bit of a break on the whole candle thing. But like these are my 4-ounce tins, so you can kind of just get an idea of what a 4-ounce tin looks like. Let's see. And then a 4-ounce and an 8-ounce together. Sorry about the flip there. So you can see, yeah, it's obviously about double the size of the 8 ounce is about double the size of the 4-ounce tin. And let's see, other pretties. Oh, I made these fun little strawberries for a strawberries and cream candle for somebody with little glittery inclusions, which was really fun to make. This was probably my favorite order placed to date. I loved the color combo. As Amber knows, that's my color combo. Let me find it again. I had to up the saturation on, or the lighting, the brightness. So we've got yeah, different, and these are all 3 different scented, but yeah, hand painted, hand poured, all of it's very hands-on. No production line or anything like that. And this is just my one of those from that order, and I'm obsessed with detail. Call it my Virgo rising, or if we're going by my Libra rising, it's my Saturn and Mars and my 12th house in Virgo. Just very perceptive to detail. Like that's my jam. I may sometimes overlook the big picture because I'm so focused on the details. But I love it. I love it so much. Oh, this was one for my sister. So lots of orchid. That was a lot of those ones with the orchids were sea salt orchid scented. This was a big production line of wax melts I made for a couple custom orders for my friend Jessa and her mom's birthday. This is one of my favorite candles I make. The scent is just magical and I love it. These are road opener candles. So if you feel like, you're trying to make something happen and it's just not happening, lighting this up with your intentions can really help that move forward. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, this was just one of the candle gifts for the Teacher Appreciation Day for one of my boys' teachers. Same thing with that one. I called this one Party in the Springtime. It smelled so good. Let's see, what else are we working with? Yeah, here's another one. Sorry about the lighting on these. They're probably not the best. This one was a fun one as well. And most of what I put in here included our wax. So when they melt, they're not going to gum up your wick and make your candle turn off or stop burning. And I try to keep the little crystal inclusions kind of more toward the outer edge. Yeah, so that way they're not going to be gummed up. There's a teacher appreciation candles again. Couple more. Oh, that's not very good. Picture there. Oh, couple from my friend Jessa that I sent her as just a fun little gift. Yeah, you can see kind of the difference between the 4-ounce candle and the 8-ounce. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip everybody off. There's the 4-ounce all up close. Probably a better picture of it lighting wise. There we go. And this was a twin flame candle here for her. She wanted a twin flame inspired candle between her and her twin flame, and we custom designed this because she's all into mermaids. He's got this very rugged, manly, foresty vibe about him. So the scent, we mixed the forest and the sea, and I love it. I'm obsessed with that. And this was, oh, there's one of my reversal candles right here. So they're not very pretty, these red and black one. Here, let's do this way. There we go. We can see it now. And then this was the breaking out of the matrix candle, which was so fun to make. I think I have a better image of that one. Oh, those are another teacher gift. Oh, the ones I showed you before were the end of school year. Thank you for being my teacher. There's just an in progress. Look what we got going on here. Kind of candle making operation. Oh, this one was for my sister as well. Her birth card candle. She loves teal, purple, and yellow together. So that's what we did with that one. Oh, this was another fun one. Another party in the springtime. It smelled so good. I'm getting there. Oh, there's another kind of just still image of my sister's birth card candle. Again, all hand painted, all wax in here except a couple crystals and some glitter. Oh, this was for my cousin Tanya, her birth card candle. Again, I'm customizing each of these so far, birth card candles to the person. And even if I don't know you, I can just feel the energy of what would be good colors, good, whatever. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So the black on top, red on bottom are like any blockages in your love, even your love life. Even if you have a decent, connection, but, you've been together for years and maybe things are a bit stagnant, you can light one of these up with that intention to really just make things mystical and magical again, in alignment with your true spirit, which is fun. There's a breaking out of the matrix candle kind of in full motion there. Sometimes you gotta kind of catch it from different angles so you can see all the glitteries and fun little inclusions, which I just have the most fun ever. And there's just in like actual daylight outside. Oh, there's a better one without it blown out. So yeah. I know it's looks kind of creepy with the brain there, but this was a lilac scented candle, which smelled so good. I just wanted to hold on to it. There's just for my cousin Tanya, her hand painted birth cards that are wax. They were very breakable wax. I had to do those ones a couple times. They're just one of the more stiff wax orchids that I created, painted, got it together. There's another one of that candle, and there's the little tea light I made to go with it. I have way too much fun with all this, so let's see. I think that's probably good. You guys get the gist, right? And I do I still have the picture of my list, my current list of candle offerings. And of course, if you have an idea, I'll custom do whatever exact idea for a spell candle you would like. Yeah, like road openers. Oh, my money candle. I didn't show you guys the money candle, but I actually got shredded. They're called Fed shreds. They're like from shredded money that's just no longer in circulation. They shred it, but they sell it that you can just use as like confetti. And I'm like, I'm going to put that in my money candles instead of the fake little $100 bills that I was putting in them. Let me show you. Oh, here's one of the money candles. So see the little fake $100 bill? Instead of that, I got Fed shreds that I can just kind of sprinkle, not right next to the wicks, but kind of around. So yeah, We used some custom mint from my garden. We got some star anise or anise. I've heard it pronounced both ways, so I don't know. We've got tiger's eye. We've got malachite over here. We've got pyrite crumbles in here and some green aventurine, some citrine. So I went kind of hog on these little crystal inclusions, but they're small enough that they're not going to gum up your wick or, affect your candle burn. And of course, if you feel so inclined, I would always say to pull this off. But I've had 2 people test this candle for me, 3 people that didn't pull that off, and it just kind of sunk to the bottom, kind of between the wicks, and it never caught on fire or anything. But when I'm working with herbs and things that aren't wax, I always will put that caveat out there to say, don't leave that candle unattended. Well, you really shouldn't leave any candle unattended, but especially one with, something like this, that if the flame, somehow the wind caught the flame and it went over, you just never know. So always watch. But when you're working spells with candles, that's half the fun of working the spell is you're involved. You're watching the flame. You're seeing what the candle's doing because it's telling you a story about the spell you're casting. So it's always a good idea to watch your spell candles anyway. So win-win. All right. Oh, you shared picture of things I will send you. I worked on the journal this week. Oh, thank you. I'm going to check that out. We'll check that out. And we're going to get into our reading here in just a moment. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what's going on as far as and how you can actually win it. There's a, not a catch, but like a qualifier to be able to win said candle box. Hey, wasn't that a band from the 90s? Candlebox. They were good. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, Amber knows my color love. My whole room is like purple, yellow, purple. Well, we got some pink here, but like purple and yellow. We got gray walls with purple or yellow, and then lots of purple decorations around because I love purple and yellow together. Such a pretty fun combo. I love it. Not the only combo I love, but it's one of the ones I really love. Thank you so much for that. I love that, Amber. It's so fun. Yes, I will make an Insta profile for all the candles. I definitely will at least get going on that because I have plenty of pictures I can start with that. I'm not sure if I have to create a whole new one. I probably will. I'll just create a whole new one, and then you guys will be the first to know because why not? Listening while I'm cleaning the living room, vacuuming. Yeah, steps. Get the steps. Yes, I will definitely put the pictures and tag you once I get the candles from you if you are comfortable. I would love that. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll come up with like a hashtag. And I don't even know what I'm calling my candles. I don't know. I'm just kind of leaning into the whole vibe of just what I've already got going on, but I could think of a new name. I don't know. I'll let you guys know when I know. That's so pretty and cute, amazing. Virgo rising. Yes, love the bees. Amazing. You were back, got a call I need to take. Hi, Brianna. You joined our candle talk. Yes, we're doing a big candle box giveaway coming up. Yes, busy candle making. The mini brain. I thought it was fun, but I showed somebody. I can't remember who it was. They're like, ew, oh my God. Oh, it was my mother-in-law. She's like, ew. I'm like, I know, but it was for a very specific purpose that I needed a brain in there, and I love it. I think it just looks like a very like candy or something, like gum you want to pop in your mouth and start chewing it. I don't know. Yeah, the tea light. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, I'll use the tea light. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Collide. I appreciate that. Yeah, but in the meantime, this is the only form of advertising. I've done it all, and I don't even really consider this advertising because it's not like I'm doing much with it. I'm just showing you guys what they are. So if anybody here wants to order or just even inquire about ordering, or it's all custom at this point, just because, that's where I'm at. Photodesign.com. You can email me. That's how you can order or at least inquire about what all I offer and what scents you like and color schemes. And, if it's a birth card candle, what is your birth information so I can know what the right cards are for your birth candle, all the fun things. So it might be a bit of a slower process just because I'm not quite off the ground with it yet. But yeah, there's also discounts because I'm not quite there yet. So that's good. Create a new one. It'll be awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love doing the candle thing. I don't know at this point in my life that I want it to become like my day job, so to speak, but for just kind of a little side hustle while things are really, really, really slow on the tarot front, it might be just that little boost. although it's a very expensive hobby to have, because I had to order 50 pounds of wax to even justify, and the 50 pounds of wax was, however much that was, and then you add $60 shipping on that. Definitely gotta go for the gusto if you're gonna be spending that kind of money. I don't think in my life, well, I lied. I was gonna say, I don't think in my life I've spent $60 shipping on anything, but I did spend, let's say 400 shipping to ship a motor that I bought on eBay for my old Saturn SC2. The motor blew, and I was looking for a new one, and I found one on eBay for like $920, and then $400 shipping on top of that. But yeah, so that's the most I've ever spent on shipping. But like, it was a motor; it needed literal like forklift delivery, basically. So that's why. Hi, Julie's video. Welcome. Good to see you. Your mom dollar work seems to have gone to sleep. No orders or interest, waiting and waiting. And I think that's just kind of a bit of a lull of this, like, what the F is this economy doing or not doing or doing or not doing? Like, a lot of people are maybe a bit skittish to be spending money on, art or more luxurious things that aren't full-on necessities like food and shelter and gas in your car and, anything you need to get you to work. A lot of people are, is it called discretionary spending? I don't know. Their entertainment spending is kind of just, not everybody, but a lot of people out there are kind of holding a little closer to the purse strings right now just because. So I get it. And I'm just kind of going with the ebb and flow of what's going on, and I'm just going to adjust. And I'm also, if things completely dry up everywhere, then I'm just going to focus on my writing. Rotting. Yeah, it feels like I'm rotting just sitting here waiting for something to happen. No. But I will focus on my writing because, nothing else will be going on, so I might as well, right? Yeah, that's just kind of, it's not going to last forever. That's why I keep telling myself. It's just like, this is a lull. It's the slowest all of my little business ventures have ever been, except the candle thing, because that's new anyway, and that's no one really knows about that. So I won't even count that. But like my mentor sessions, my, the stuff for my pick a card stuff, I'm not even doing. Personal readings that I do that are outside of my live streams have completely dried up. My mentor sessions have mostly dried up. People just don't have a lot of extra cash flow. So I get it. I'm not like bitter about it, but I'm like, okay, the things that like the farmer's dog that I was doing for my dog food, we just had to stop doing that. And I'm making it at home, and they're happier than ever because they eat that even faster than they ate the farmer's dog. And I'm making sure it's got all the vitamins and nutrients they need. And, it takes maybe 20 minutes every 3 to 4 days when I make new food. But that's not a big deal. And I know my dog, I know what ingredients are going in it. So I feel good about the fact that I had to cut back because I just wasn't making the money I was making before. And the money that I make is kind of just for extras for our family. There's not a lot coming in right now. So the extras have gone way down. But that's okay. We're making it work. The more I would love for money to come in, I'm focusing on my inner world. Yeah. And that's really what I've been doing as well, is just clearing a lot of old patterns and clutter and just doing the self-development and focusing on my little home here, with my kids, my family, my relationships. These things are all very valuable to me. It really doesn't take money to invest, so to speak, in those endeavors. If you're going to be redecorating a home, but I'm not there yet. I'm just decluttering and deep cleaning, that's usually cheap to free to be able to do that. Investing in your relationships, cheap to free, right? So yeah. So let's just reiterate for those who are joining late or just kind of hopping into the conversation mid-conversation. We're going to be doing a giveaway, and I'll tell you how to qualify for the giveaway. The giveaway will include 2 8-ounce tin spell candles of your choosing. The winner will be able to choose what the theme, the scent, the whatever is. You will be in charge of what it is you want. But then there will also be 2 other candles, which are going to be the general reversal candle and the general money reversal, meaning reversing anything that's standing in the way of your money, resources, finances, abundance of any kind flowing toward you. You'll be able to clear that with that candle. And some melts and maybe some other little goodies in that little candle box that you will win. And the way to win is, this is the exciting part, starting today, everybody who donates. So we're going to do this. So we already have a donation. So let's see. We got Brianna for a 1-card read. So we already have one person entered into the giveaway. That's how we're going to do this. A 1-card read or an 11/11 reading or the equivalent $15 reading through SuperChat will qualify you for 1 entry into the drawing because it's going to be drawing style. If you pay for a full reading, that gets you 2 entries into the drawing. So it's not going in here though. We have our own special drawing and it's going to last through sometime in September. I need to come up with an end date. I probably should have thought that out first. Maybe around the harvest moon. I don't know. Maybe around, yeah, we'll maybe end it then, which would be a month from now. Let's run it for a month. So everybody who pays for a reading just on the live streams, this doesn't include personal readings, not that I've had one of those in a few months anyway, but just so you guys know, it's only including those who are, getting readings, donated readings here on the live stream. If you win the giveaway, that doesn't count as far as the normal giveaway we do. That doesn't count. These are donated or paid for readings only. So if you pay for a 1-card read or an 11/11 reading, that's 1 entry in. Full read or the 2022 reading is 2 entries in every time for the next month. And we may have to skip a live stream here or there just because of health or school starting up again soon. I don't know sports schedules and stuff. So I might have to accommodate sports and school schedules with a shift, but it'll always be a Wednesday or a Friday. I also may be doing a random Sunday, $7 Sunday live stream at some point, but I'm not guaranteeing that. That might just be like pop-up surprise. I feel like doing this on a Sunday. Let's do it. Because most Sundays I do have Zoom meetings either with my writing group every other Sunday, and then I have my accountability Zoom meeting the off Sunday that I'm not on my writing group with my friend Jessa, so we can check in with our goals and hold each other accountable. And that usually, let's be honest, lasts about 4 hours. So I would have to squeeze this in either before my critique group and probably not after. And any day I'm meeting with Jessa, there's just no scheduling anything else because we just have too much fun hanging out together. So it'll most likely be on not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, or skip a Sunday between that, the next. So that's your only warning or heads up that it may be one of those days. And of course, those $7 Sunday readings will also be considered 1 entry in to win. If I do it, I'm still not 100% sure or established, but I probably will just because it sounds like so much fun to me. So that's how you enter to win the big candle box giveaway. And of course, I can't show you the exact candles you're getting because when you win, you then tell me what you want as far as those 2 8-ounce candles. Okay? So that's how you will be able to win. Oh, Kashmi has started destroying contracts. I love that. Yeah, I've taught my kids to be able to do that as well. It's such a valuable life skill that I wished I'd have known before I was like almost 40 years old, It's so valuable. It's so valuable. All right, so let's do our collective reading for those of you watching now and on the replay. And of course, we got some kombucha in the mix today. This is the best that I can find. I used to love one by this brand, GTE. Or GTS. I always call it GTE for whatever reason. GTs. I don't know how you pronounce it. I loved their one called Lavender Love, but I cannot find it in the stores anymore. So I wondered if they just quit making it or they just don't carry it because they don't sell enough of it. But this one's really good. And I'm just being able to repurpose these bottles for our own kombucha production, which is going to start up here very soon. I'm so excited. We have enough bottles almost. Probably need to buy about 4 more of these to be able to make that dream a reality again. So it's so good. All right. So collective reading, we're going to start here just to see what the theme of this collective reading is going to be today. What's the theme? What do we need to make this reading about today? Those of us watching now and on the replay, tuning into our true spirits, what is it we most need to focus on or know in this reading today? It is okay to go after what you want. It might just want you to. I love that. Isn't that cute? So this is about us not settling, not saying, not being a victim, just saying no. Maybe things are looking, personal example, things are looking stagnant in my tarot business life. Well, I'm not just gonna, wait for things to pick up. I'm gonna maybe expand my candle business or really focus on writing or, find new innovative ways to approach my tarot channel, like bringing a giveaway, doing $7 Sundays, just kind of breathing new life into something that is stagnant. Or if something is just like dead and gone, stagnant, just don't feel like you're going to get the pulse back on that, rerouting that energy for something else. So that's going to be the focus of this reading. And it feels very apt or very on point with what I think many of us on our little collective here have been kind of feeling, here and there. And this is kind of a weird month just because for most of it, Mercury is retrograde, and we've got some pretty nasty aspects to Mercury from Mars and Saturn, and it's hemmed between two malefics. I'm trying to remember all the astrology for this month. But if you do want to brush up on what's going on this month, you can check out my August astrology and Mercury retrograde live stream I did about 4 live streams ago now. It's pretty easy to find. We have here Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely, you're going places. So it may not happen overnight. You may not just cast your line and get that, that bite and that wiggle in the water right away. But just know that the, actions you're putting forth and the plans you're making, the steps you're taking right now will be leading you somewhere. It's a process, though. It's not all going to happen overnight. And maybe there's just some brainstorming. She's here. I almost thought this was a laptop. I was going to say, she's got some information there. But no, she's got like the briefcase of like apothecary bottles, it almost looks like. Medicine bottles, something like that. So you're going to know the right time to make certain moves. And don't get discouraged, though. If you're making moves and things are, you're feeling excited about the moves you're making, but nothing's really coming in to reciprocate or kind of be the energy exchange of what you're putting out yet, just you wait. Slowly, you're going to start to see that trickle in, and eventually that trickle is going to become a very steady stream. Oh, it so resonates for Linda. I'm so excited. Yay. All right, what else? What else do we need to know? Our sweet, fun little collective here. We have Queen of Cups. Honoring your emotions is one of the highest forms of self-care. Preach it. So true. So true. And this is the thing that most, especially women, but, let's not just generalize, but especially women will put their own happiness, their own, energy levels, their own wishes, desires, dreams on the back burner to accommodate a spouse, a child, their work, whatever it is. But men can do this too. It's not just strategically female. But if that resonates as something that you've done or you catch yourself still doing, even though you've made steps to not do this, it's going to be very important for you to be able to go after what you want, to start honoring your own cycles, your own ebbs and flows, your own energy levels, your own whatever it is. And this might look like having to go to bed a little earlier than you want, not watching that next episode on Netflix, or, maybe not buying that thing right away because you may need that money to do this other thing. So there's this element maybe of like discipline almost that you're bringing to the table, but it's going to benefit you like crazy. And if you're anything like me lately, I've just been switching up my diet and what I've been eating and just not eating. And I think it's almost more important to not eat certain things than what you are eating. So it's more important what you're not eating, meaning cutting out those really bad fats that just destroy your health. Processed foods of all kinds, if you can whittle those down to almost nothing in your diet, you're really doing good for yourself compared to when you weren't. Lots of sugar, that's always good to cut out if you can. Let's see. I'm going to get one more from this fun little, let me forget the name of this. Art something. Oracle. Enchanted art, something like that. Let's see. Oh, 2 more want to come out. Make your own magic and share your cares. Wow. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is especially going back to that self-care message, is maybe, someone's trying to put something on you like, oh, before you leave work today, can you do X, Y, and Z? And, maybe in the past you just said, oh, sure, no problem. But it is a problem because you've already extended yourself beyond what you wanted, or, signing up for something to volunteer at your kid's school or something. And you're like, oh, I don't know. I just don't want to be having to do that. If it's not a hell yes right now in this season that we're all going through, it's a hell no. So if you're not completely over the moon, I mean, of course, there are qualifications we need to make here. You can't just say, F you to your boss and to work and just go right off into the sunset without there being actual consequences. So of course there's a line. But this is, you using your time, which is one of your biggest currencies in this world, in this life, is your time. Not spending your time, you spend it, just like currency, just like money, right? Not spending your time doing things that are not a hell yes for you right now. But yes, again, there are caveats where that discipline comes in. Maybe you don't want to have to cut back on those bad fats and the processed foods and the carbs and the whatever, just as that kind of diet example. But for your best interest and highest good, it is in your benefit to do that. So kind of navigating the ins and outs, having the discipline to show up for yourself, for your own health, for your own happiness and spiritual alignment, but knowing when to say no to things that are a hell or not a hell yes. Let's put it that way. But yeah, you're making your own magic. And that's the thing about making this stagnant pool. You can start churning that water and getting it flowing just by making some plans, taking some actions. And of course, it's going to look different for each of you. So I won't go into specifics on how you're doing that. But you don't have to even do it alone. And just sharing with a friend or a close family member, whoever resonates most for you, to show that more vulnerable side, to share your cares, share what's going on, maybe even let them into your inner world a little bit. And maybe you're being that for someone in your life as well, and showing someone in your life that it's safe for you. You're a safe place for them to show that more vulnerable side, and you're not going to take advantage of that vulnerability. Very me at the moment, discipline and expenditure and food. Love the deck. Can you share what it is? This one? Is it this one? This is the Cozy Witch Tarot. And I think this is called Enchanted Art, this other one. This one. This one's the Cozy Witch Tarot. And it is so cozy. It's so fun. It's so fall vibes. And I'm already like in the fall spirit with all the fall scents with the candles I've been making, that I'm like, yes, bring on the autumn. I guess basic bitch loves the fall. And I'm not a basic bitch so much. But, there's something just so magical about the fall, which is weird because that's when everything's literally dying. How weird is that? Yeah, Cozy Witch Tarot. Yeah, and it's actually really inexpensive on Amazon last I checked. That's where I got this. And I was just like, whoa, I'll pay even more for that, but I'll pay that. That's awesome. Cool. I was excited. You're speaking from my inner voice. Oh dear, I said no for an early morning club that my husband wanted Kashfi to be in. Yeah, and you're kind of leaning into those boundaries. And if it's just going to be too much, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Yes, and I'm swearing a lot today, and I apologize for those who don't like it. I don't normally swear, but once in a while, a word will, come out. Yep. Cozy Witch Tarot, yep. Death and getting ready for rebirth, right. Yeah, and sometimes that can feel almost apathetic, or like you're in some sort of void space, which, no one likes to feel like there's nothing going on, or there's no pulse on, usually we want to be bettering ourselves or moving forward in some way. And when that's not the case, we almost feel like we're failing ourselves or failing at life. But and it is the death and the getting ready for rebirth. And that's so true. And that does feel very in alignment with what we're talking about. Let's go to mindful messages before we close out today. As I get the deck all over, it's trying to get it all the way from the bottom. All right. We're going to get one mindful message, and then I also want a butterfly oracle message for, what's it called, life changes. So especially those of you who are looking to make a change, this is a great deck for tuning into what these changes may entail. Okay, they're literally flying off the shelves over here. Let's grab these mindful messages. There's 2 of them. So the better it gets and playful are the cards. And of course, if you want to screenshot, you can always do that. But I'm going to read them here in a moment. Okay. So playful, we'll start there. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? And I think that's kind of leaning into this. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Again, within reason. We still have to operate in the world, and we have commitments to people and things and places. You guys know what I'm saying. This is not just throwing everything to the wind and saying, F all y'all, I'm out. You know what I'm saying here. Tread lightly. Tread that line lightly. Then we have here, the better it gets. When things happen that cause me to feel good, I know there are much more good feelings Oh, feeling things coming my way. The better it gets, and I keep rising up. And that's the thing is, a lot of times we feel like we're on top of the world, and then things just get better, and then they get better, and then they get better. And then there's always that, wheel of fortune where things start to slowly take a decline, or for sometimes just a nosedive down to the worst it gets, rock bottom. But then things start maybe getting worse, and then worse. Can't get any worse, and then they get worse again. But then there's always that climb, or maybe sometimes a skyrocket back to the top. So it's always going within cycles. So basically, this too shall pass, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's void space, neutral, this too shall pass. So make the most of whatever it is you're going through and allow that, basically get the most out of what it is you're doing or where you're at energetically. I love fall, less bugs, pumpkin, pomegranates, and squash. Yes. And I love pomegranates, and they are probably one of the biggest superfoods out there. Love them. They are so good. And they're so fun. It's such a fun little maze to pick all the little seeds out. I know. You can just take a knife and cut them right down the middle, and there are ways to do that. But to me, it's almost like the chore and the fun of, it's very therapeutic or meditative to just pluck them out one by one, or row by row, kind of. If you get a big section, you kind of pluck them out. But my kids, before I can even pop one in my mouth, they're like, hands out, give me some. So I'm like, no, here's your pomegranate, you start digging. And here's your pomegranate, you start digging. We all have our own now. Oh yeah, beets. That's funny because the only beet I've ever tried is like a pickled beet from like a salad bar years and years ago. And this was way before I branched out palate wise, and I just spit it right back out. And then my grandma yelled at me. And I'm talking years ago. That's the only beet that's ever crossed these lips and then came right back out. I need to branch out and get back on the horse. I really do. And that's been something, because I know it's a really healthy food for you. So I'm going to buy them and find out how to make them or prepare them and do it. Yeah, that's what I hear. They're so good. I just maybe had a bad experience, or just as a child who pretty much lived on ramen, green beans, mac and cheese. I didn't have a very sophisticated palate back then. But yeah, I need to get in the game. Ooh, yes. I love hummus. I make my own hummus as well. Yum. So good. All right, there's our mindful messages. Let's just get one of these butterfly cards just to see, put a finger on the pulse of these changes. Oh, you just ordered that card deck. Exciting. You'll have to let us know how you like it. I love mine. It's so fun. It's beautiful too. And she made this other deck that I love called, oh gosh, Believe in Your Own Magic. Yeah, I love that deck as well. Amanda Lovelace, I think is her name. I remember her first name is Amanda for sure. All right, changes. What do we need to know? Finances. There's changes coming to finances, or a more steady flow of finances coming. Again, it may not be a big steady flow right out of the gate. Remember, we're building to that, but to at least get you started, it's going to start trickle, and then a slightly bigger trickle, slow and steady. So it may not be overnight, although for someone watching, this could be looking like less of a tax bill or less something you're going to have to pay than you thought you were going to have to pay. So it almost is like money in your pocket, but it didn't come from an outside source. It was already with you, but you just don't have to pay as much out as you were thinking. This could even be like a home repair or vehicle repair. You were thinking, well, that's $3,000 down the tank. No, it's actually only $600. Something like that. You could be saving money in that way. That's what I feel for someone watching. But for most of us watching, this is just going to be to where things are slowly picking up for the better financially, which, can I get a hell yeah on that? All right. So let me put these back. Yes, I eat the whole thing. I use the leaves to make salad and top it with beets. Canned beets are an abomination. That's what I hear. And they do not taste very appetizing. I don't know. It's something about it. It was like jelly-like texture of it. I couldn't get on board with it when I was a kid. And I'm sure when you're preparing them fresh, they're not like that. So I need to get back in the beet game. Shroot Farms, Beet Farm. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that too, Linda. Heck yes. Sign me up. All right, mindful messages. There it is. All right, get all these cards put back, and then we're going to dive into Brianna's reading. And before we dive in, we're going to enter her into the giveaway for our candle box, candle basket. What are we calling this thing? If someone can come up with a fun name, maybe I'll enter you into it just because. Come up with a fun, creative name for what is this giveaway called. It's a box of candles. Spell candles, witchy woo-woo candles, custom candles, all the things. Yeah. My mom used to make juice along with apple and carrot. It gives a nice color to the juice as well. Yeah, they have some, I know they used to use, and probably still do, use beets to dye garments and clothing and stuff like that because they're a beautiful color. Absolutely. Yeah, why not use it in juice? It'd be beautiful. All right. So let's figure out what we're doing here with this giveaway. I'm trying to find something to put the names in. What do we got? How about this? If for some reason this starts getting overflowed, we will switch it up. But for now, let's just use this, and it will be up here in the back of the class, hanging out until we need it. So here we go. I do have a dog hair in there. We can get that out. A little bit of dust. There we go. So Brianna, and we're going to use, what are we going to use to write these on? I'm wondering. We'll use these. Okay. So we're going to use this, and I'm going to put Brianna's name, first entry, into our candle giveaway thingamajigs. And by the next live stream, I'll at least bring a few examples up to show you guys. But of course, the winner is going to select the 2 8-ounce candles they want, either from a list that I have, or if you have a custom idea, color scheme, scent that you want, you feel free. You're the winner. You can do whatever. Cosmic candles. I love that. That's so fun. Level up lights for the candle name. Oh my gosh, you guys are so creative. I love both of those. I love both of those. How can I choose? I don't think I could choose. Oh, they're both so good. Oh my gosh, keep them coming. I won't just get it all figured out today. We'll take some notes here. How about that? Give people time to figure something out. All right, let's cut these up. Get Brianna's name in, and then we're going to get right into her reading. And of course, if you yourself would like to be entered into the Level Up Lights or Cosmic Candles or Cozy Celestial Candles giveaway, whatever we're going to name this thing, you feel free to donate. And of course, you also get your reading on top of it. So it's just like normal, except now you're entered to win this fun box. And if you're just wanting a guaranteed win to get some candles, you can always purchase candles. And you can just email me at amanda@donephoto. Oh, I made it. I made it. How did I do that? Beacon Lightbox. That's so cute as well. Oh my gosh, you guys are so creative. Wow, look at you guys. I'm going to have to take a screenshot of all these and do some brainstorming because this is fun. This is really fun. I have too much fun giving things away. All right, so we are going to use this fun teal colored pen to write Brianna's name, B-degree. My pen is slipping. Okay. The first person to enter whatever we're calling this candle giveaway. Yay! Applause button. Applause button. All right. Single one is the loneliest number in our giveaway so far. At this point, if no one else enters, Brianna, you're guaranteed to win. Yes. She did a 1-card pull. So if you get a full reading, a 22-22 reading, you get 2 entries. That's how we're doing this. So 1 entry is the 11-11 reading, or 15 if you're on SuperChat. And 2 entries to win is a full read, 22-22 reading, or $30 reading on SuperChat. I know $30 sounds like a lot, but SuperChat, they take so much of it. So let me just double check our donation list. And then, oh, we have one more. We have one more. We have some competition. We got Marlene coming in next. So let's start with Brianna's reading, and then we're gonna do. We're gonna write Marlene's name and enter her and get into her reading. So let's get going. And Linda's gonna donate as well. So cool. We've got at least 3 entries today, and we're gonna be running this through the harvest moon, which is, I think, September 17th. The only reason I know when the harvest moon is because I created a harvest moon bonfire scented candle for my friend. She already knows about it, don't worry. And I'm sending it to her to be able to use by the time of the harvest moon. And I looked up when that would be to give me a timeline. It's September 17th. So that's about a month from now. A little over a month. A day over a month from now. So you have time. You have time to enter the drawing. And of course, the more times that you come hang out and donate for a reading, the more chances you have to win the drawing. But if you just want to order candles just on your own, that's fine too. Yeah, you can email me at amanda@dunephotodesign.com to get in on the fun. Liberation box. Oh, I love that. I love that. Sovereignty for the win. All right, so let's go to Brianna's reading. She wants a message that she needs to hear right now, which is always good. All right, so we're going to go to this deck. I'm going to stack my little entry tickets right there. Okay. So for Brianna, tuning into Brianna's true spirit, what is a message that she needs to hear right now? What is a message that she needs to hear right now? Brianna. We have lightness. May the light lift you to the surface. So there is this lightness coming to your energy because there have been some heavy things, especially around family, ancestry, these kind of things that have almost been feeling like they've been holding you back, weighing you down, keeping you stuck, making you almost feel guilty for trying to level up. You're breaking out of these programs, these boxes, these curses, these chains almost is what it feels like, regardless of what other people may have to say about it. And you don't have to feel guilty for bettering yourself. It's not that you think you're better than where you came from. It's just, you're so much more than where you came from. Yeah, wow. Because look, wild. May you express all the things, all that you are. And there's a lightness too, just being wild, because you're not tied down to all these, expectations and this is the way that our family's always done it. So why are you the black sheep? Why are you going out or stepping out of what we have going on? Or, just you think you're better than us? Like that kind of, no, you don't, but you're better than the situation, rising above and allowing that wildness. I mean, look at the difference. It's like you can be both, but maybe not right in the same time, in the same energy, but you can be that almost calm stillness over here. And then those wild waves that are just crashing and crashing and crashing against the rocks there. You have both of these energies. It's very, two sides of the coin. And you can embody both of these energies, just not maybe at the same time in space, right? But energetically speaking, you can be both or almost neither. Like it's a weird but cool thing that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Almost like just being an anomaly. That's the word I'm getting. Anomaly. Which is one of the best things you can be in this matrix, by the way, is the anomaly. I mean, come on now. I have chills now too, so that's always good. Walking away from all the BS, all the drama, all the old, but that's not to say that it wasn't emotionally taxing on you, or still in the future, maybe at times emotionally taxing on you, because you have distanced yourself from certain programs or certain people or certain ways of being that maybe now you can't just get up and go out and, especially if you are someone who eats a more clean lifestyle, pretty much no restaurant out there is going to be able to accommodate you. So you almost may feel like you're missing out on just getting together with friends or, whatever, because that sort of setup or system that's currently in place just doesn't support what you expect and what your needs are now. So that you may have even had to kind of grieve the loss of not being able to fit in the way you once did, but it's actually a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, shapeshifter. I love it. I finally have control of my mind, my magic, and my alchemy. I use my alchemy in every moment, no longer scared of myself. And I think that's what this is embodying here is just you're embracing that wild. And that is one of the best gifts you can give yourself because it brings clarity, it brings strength, it brings a lot of things. But, this is the opposite of what I was saying, but this is almost like reading as the energy of where you've been. And we're going to step into something different, or you have been stepping into something different. But, there may still be times where not that you're second guessing or thinking that you shouldn't have made certain choices or shifts because you absolutely know they were in your best interest. But again, just maybe I wish maybe they could be on my level. Not that you feel you're better than them. That's not what I'm trying to say, but just we're so, your family, your friends, the people that maybe you feel you've had to leave behind in this energy, you yourself, that family member, that friend, that whoever, are worth so much more than what you're settling for. And you wish you could just shake them awake and say, you don't have to be stuck in this anymore. You can level up too. But it's one of the scariest things that we do is level up. And most people just will never get there energetically in this incarnation. They just won't. Trust me, I understand, right? All right, one more card. We're going to go to the butterfly deck because that's fun. Any changes necessary or things that are going to be shifting or changing for Brianna that she needs to hear right now? Ooh, it's the top one. Be true to you. Yeah, absolutely. Just double down in knowing you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path, trusting your intuition, even if you feel, kind of that FOMO or that just kind of almost grief for the life or, things that once were in your life. But no, you're on a much better, higher trajectory now that's going to support you in such bigger ways that you can't even fathom right now. And then healthcare change. So any changes you are making to better your health, you're just making lifestyle changes, trust that intuition and make those shifts, make those changes, because you're only going to experience more of that anomaly, which is, again, the best possible thing you can experience for yourself in the matrix to get more in alignment with your true spiritual nature, which I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Hope that resonated for you, Brianna. Congratulations on your entry into our drawing for our candle giveaway. I will come up with a name, or if I do use one of your guys' names that you've put out, I will honor you by putting you in the drawing as well. All right. All right. All right. So we have now Marlene. Let's get her name on paper and go ahead and post your question, Marlene. We're going to get right into it. It's crazy that those are playing cards, and playing cards are so similar to tarot cards. People will participate in rituals at a Christian church, but call us witches. I'm so grateful for my spirit. Right. And so much of what Christianity is based on is pagan practices, which they consider witchcraft. And it makes me laugh almost, Not like I'm laughing at them. I'm laughing like at the situation. It's just, can you not see? Can you not see? Yeah, right? All right, Marlene, let's get your name down. Marlene entered. Will be very soon once I fold it. We've got 2 names in our little glass here. And that's what this started out in. But we had to upgrade, and we need to upgrade yet again. But the other day I kind of went on a search for something bigger, and I couldn't really find anything that would be workable. I need to figure something out on that. I might need to go to Goodwill and get a big vase or something. I don't know. Do I have a vase? Well, a lot of the vases I have are like, can you see that one up there? It's very narrow neck. I can't get my hand in there. So, yeah. Oh, I have this fun one I got at Goodwill. I'll show you. But again, it's kind of oddly shaped. Not very easy to, oh yeah, still got the sticker on it. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't really get my hand down in that area. Anyway, I will be brainstorming some options. So any specific message for Marlene, wanting to come through from her higher self. All right. I love these cards today. So we're going to just see any specific message wanting to come through for Marlene, tuning into Marlene's true spirit. Any specific message coming in. I better adjust that again so we can see the full operation of what's going on here. Marlene's true spirit. Any specific message wanting to come through for higher self. May you see sublime in every day. It's like you're seeing through the matrix or seeing the cracks of the divine in your everyday life is really what I'm seeing. And then resilient, make your soul weather the storms. So if you are going through some difficulty or life just feels really busy and you can't really feel like you're getting your bearings at any point, it's about making very specific and conscious decisions to pull back and just examine the mundane world from a very meditative standpoint. That's really what I'm seeing here with this combination. And just having awe for the fact that you created these three beautiful humans that live in your house. And they may not always make you the happiest, but they put you through your paces and you love them unconditionally. And, the fact that you have food to eat and a roof over your head. And, just if life is feeling very ungrateful, just finding any one little thing to feel grateful for can really put things in perspective and help build that resilience as well. But let's just see with tarot, anything else Marlene needs to know with this message or in addition to this message. Anything else for Marlene? All right, so I was shuffling upside down apparently. So the King of Swords. So maybe feeling out of power or feeling like someone is dictating your schedule where you're not really able to, because there's so much going on with this schedule, that schedule, this person's schedule, that you can't just have this day where you're scheduling all the things if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Maybe Marlene, for you, that's right now not very, on a like schedule-y, what's the word I'm looking for? As far as schedules go, you can't just pick up and be like, peace, I'm out. I'm only doing the things that are a hell yes. Because who wants to every morning make lunches for school and get 3 kids off to school and then do this work thing, do this thing, run some errands, go to the grocery store? Like no one, there are people out there that enjoy those things, yes, and can find enjoyable moments within them. Yes, I'm not saying those things in and of themselves are bad or ugh. Like you get what I'm saying. They're not maybe your most fun hell yes moments in life, but it's almost like you rolling with those punches and still making the time for yourself to really do that self-care, really immerse yourself in the things that you can feel grateful for. And you're learning a lot about yourself through maybe chaotic schedules. I remind my daughters that I made them all the time, just playing around. Oh, I love that. I know, I tell Wrigley that a lot. I've told Boston that before too, but I'm like, I made you. So maybe be a little more appreciative with the way you're talking to me right now. Just, he'll be like, I'll say something to him and go, stop. I'm like, remember, I made you. You should probably respect me a little more than you just did. I've done that too. All right. Anything else Marlene needs to know? Yeah, you're going to be able to kind of turn that frown upside down as far as feeling just a bit out of your power or like almost like life is completely out of your hands and you're just being tossed to the waves. No, you're finding maybe though through those scenarios or scheduling things that you are more resilient than you gave yourself credit for. So life may be just a bit busy coming up, but that's not the worst thing. You're paying attention. It's where your currency's going. We were talking about this earlier because you pay attention, right? It's a currency. Your time is your money. And we were talking about this in the collective reading. So this is really cycling back to that collective reading. And this feels almost like a extended reading of that to where is your attention going? And, when the King of Swords is upright, he's very attentive to the detail. His speech is very on point. So you may even be feeling like you're muddling up your speech. And, Mercury Retrograde right now going on with Mercury aspecting, Mercury can't aspect itself. Mars aspecting, which Mars is about to stop aspecting it very soon. I can't remember the dates. Do I have my little notes somewhere handy? Yes, got them right here. I'm going to find the dates. So I would just say, okay, so August 21st to 23rd, Gandanta of Mercury, be super cautious of what you hear and even what you think and even what you say as well. August 21st to the 23rd. So I will just reiterate that for you right now, Marlene. And even what people are saying to you, don't trust everything you hear, be it on TV, be it from your kids, be it from, whatever. Just be very intuitive about what's going on here. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the words people are using. Pay attention to the color schemes that are going on, the symbolism, the synchronicity. If you can pay attention and, again, kind of tally up just the sublime in the everyday life, you're going to start to get the truth of certain situations, or start to see the beauty in things that maybe you were just kind of blah or feel really mundane yourself about. No worries there, Amber. That's cool. But yeah, I hope that resonated for you, Marlene. And yay, you're in the giveaway. I'm excited. I can't wait to see who wins. I'm like biting my nails already to see who's going to win the candle box giveaway. So yeah, she will take that advice. Yeah, I think it's great advice for any of us listening right now, but it's very tailor-made to you from your higher self, Marlene, that yeah, just rolling with the ebbs and the flows of the water right now and the schedules, and also making time when you can just be and breathe and relax and do the self-care and do the things that are a hell yes for you, even where it feels like a lot of your time is kind of devoted to things that are not a hell yes for you right now, but that's okay. You're still making the most of the time you do have for your hell yes, whatever that is for you. All right, so up next, we've got another 2 donations. So we've got 1 card for Linda, so we're going to put her in the hat. And also Kalite, we've got 2. That's a full reading. We got 2 entries for Kalite, but we are going to start with Linda, and then Kalite is on deck. So let's get Linda entered. So Linda H, 1 card pull for Linda. All right. And I got your name right there, entering you. I'm so excited. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Fold it up. And enter. Look at that. 3 entries. Soon to be 5 when Kalite's reading is going. Okay. So she wants a general message from guides on what I need to know to help me at this time. All right. Let's tune in. For Linda. For Linda. Tuning into Linda's true spirit. Message from her guides on what she needs to know to help her at this time. Linda's true spirit, Linda's true guides. Ooh, we got a lot going on here. They want you to know a lot. So listen to the messages of your dreams. That's going to be very important. We've got your spirit sparkles when you connect with what you love. That hell yes energy that we're talking about. And I love this color scheme right here. Kind of like those peacock blues with the kind of, I don't know, dark tealy green with kind of some lime green. You might really look good in these colors as well, or people have maybe told you you look really good in these colors. But yeah, connect with what you love. Dare to dream. So we have 2 cards about dreams. And I know dreams meaning like when you're asleep, listen to the messages of your dreams, but also the dreams you have like for your vision of life, whatever that is exactly. And then make your own magic. So it's about making that still stagnant pond, getting that water churning, getting it healthy, getting it creative, getting it flowing. So this does also feel like much like an extension of our collective reading we got earlier. Resonates already. This really is about you just saying enough is enough. I'm done with all this hell no energy. I'm ready for hell yes. So whatever that is, again, whatever, even if it's 4 or 5 things that you're just like, I want to do this and I want to do that, just dip your hand into all the little puddings of what you want to do and try them out, and wear the hats, try on the masks, whatever it is, to just see what you can create, what you can whip up, what you can make of the energies around you, because there's a lot of information coming in from your guides, from your spirit, that are going to really assist you in leveling up big time. All right, what ways is Linda leveling up now that we've tuned into that, and any other information? What ways? Wild, yes. And this is what Brianna got as well. And this is just about allowing that wild. And by wild, I don't mean you're out of control, you're punching people, you like acting like life is your mosh pit. No, that's not what we're talking about with this. This is about like that anomaly in the matrix energy we were getting with Brianna, is about allowing your spirit to come in, because technically in a matrix, your spirit is the wild, the anomaly. So allowing, you to express all that you are on a more authentic spiritual level. But as you try different things and make your own magic and just stop settling for things, you're going to start to see a lot more magic, a lot more synchronicity, a lot more just being in awe of the life that you're living and what is coming through for you. It really does feel indicative of another like spiritual level up without the crash of the dark night of the soul to begin with. Yeah, oh, your card pull this morning was flow. I love it. And wow, is it flowing? Look at that. It's coming right in. So whatever's out there in the harbor, these waves are bringing it right to you. If you're the one standing on the shore, or if you are the waves themselves, you're bringing in what you need for resources, for finances, for connection, for opportunity. It all feels really relevant to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest right now. You're just bringing some new energy in. And again, just going back to that collective, it doesn't feel like it's just going to boom, there it is. But this is something you've been building, building, building. So if it does feel all of a sudden like a boom, there it is, you can actually trace back how you've built your way toward this, or kind of stepping stone your way toward it. Manifesting freedom. I love it. Yes. All right. What else does Linda need to know from her guides? Yeah, Two of Wands. So you're making plans. There's a lot of plans. Maybe you've even written out some things or drawn some, I can't remember what they call a mind map, I think. That's what that is. So if you don't know what a mind map is, Google that or YouTube it. I know there's a lot of videos on mind mapping. Look into it. Looks like your desk. Yeah, there you go. And there may even be some plans to make a trip or travel somewhere as well. I always get that with the Two of Wands. Usually the guy's holding the globe or the planet there, and looking out the horizon like, someday I'm going to make this dream a reality. So again, you may not be like full in manifestation mode quite yet, but the planning of it is like half the fun, right? You know, it's not just the destination, it's also the journey. And in fact, a lot of times the journey is even more important than the destination itself. So enjoy the journey is also what I'm hearing. All right, one more mindful message. Let's do it. What else does Linda need to know? In alignment with her true spirit and from her true guides, what does Linda need to know? Stop it. There's like, yeah, planning a trip to Italy. There's your trip. New adventures. Oh my gosh, I got chills. I love this. So today I open myself up to new adventure, and that's exactly what this is. Opening yourself up to that adventure. Maybe you're not quite yet going on that adventure, but boy, are you opening up to it. Yes. And that's when you're aligning to the energy to make that dream that reality. And remember, the dreams, we were talking about the dreams. You may even be having dreams where you're traveling or you're in new places in your dreams, but also, you know, make your own magic and dare to dream. Dream big as far as your travel, as far as what you're trying to manifest. All right, let's read it. Today, I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. And there's your freedom, right? Wow. Yes, I trust my intuition and follow my desires. You follow your hell yes. I love how these are just coming full circle, coming together. This is so fun when this magic happens for you guys on screen like this. I love it. Resonates so strongly, just what I needed to hear. Linda, you're going places, literally, figuratively, metaphorically. So get ready, buckle up, because you're going on a trip, but also buckle up. Like energetically, you're leveling up, and it feels really exciting. Like I just got this really overwhelming feeling of excitement that, yeah, the fall and going into the winter months is going to be like the best of 2024 for you. So if you felt things were, really hard, really difficult, really stagnant, even the first part of this year, first 8 months of this year, get ready because things are going to be much better. You're going to feel much more in the driver's seat rather than being tossed to the waves. You are the waves. You are the waves. So whatever it is you're looking to pull in or bring in, start preparing, start planning, start, doing whatever, ritual spells, card pulls to manifest this, whatever resonates most for you, because you're the one bringing it in. It's not just randomly happenstance finding you. You've called it in, you've drawn it in, you've pulled it in, and now you're claiming it very soon. So claim it, Linda. It's yours. All right. I love that. That was so fun. All 3 of these readings we've done so far for you ladies have been so inspiring. I love it. I love when spirit delivers on the amazingness. Claiming it. All right. We had a couple fall to the ground, but reading closed. Here we go. Yes, claiming it. Amazing. All right. So here we go. We're going to get into Polite's reading. Let's see if and we're going to enter you into two entries, Polite. All right. So what message does Spirit and the universe have for her? Also love you. I love you too. Thanks for coming to hang out with us today. So Polite, we're going to write you down twice because you have donated for a full read. do it. All right. And just to reiterate the fact, this giveaway is going to be going for a month and a day. September 17th. I don't even know what day of the week that is. Maybe we need to amend that just a bit, depending. Oh, so, okay. It'll close the 17th. Okay, this is good. So we will have Wednesday on the 18th of September. So that's when we'll pull our winner. So you have up through the 17th, meaning on the 18th, we'll just pull the winner at the beginning of the live stream so you can just know you won or didn't right away. So it's not hidden somewhere. And of course, I'll also timestamp the winner and put that in the comments like I do a normal drawing win. In case you can't make the live stream, you'll at least be alerted on the 18th of September. And if for some reason I'm ill or have a scheduling conflict, I'll know closer to the time and we'll figure it out. But whatever live stream happens first after September 17th is when we will announce the winner. So that technically would be the live stream that would happen the 13th, September 13th, which is a Friday the 13th. How fun! We're going to pretty much end the drawing on, you can get your entries in through September 13th, Friday the 13th, and then we'll draw that winner after the harvest moon on the 18th. How does that sound? So So really technically you have less than a month to enter to the drawing. So yeah. All right. So let's get Kalite in the drawing. Speaking of, so we've got Kalite and Kalite. So we're going to fold these up neatly as we can. Boom and boom. We've got 5 entries so far on day 1. And I'm trying to see how many live streams we will have, again, granted there's no illnesses or schedule conflicts. So today is the 16th. So we would have next Wednesday, next Friday, then the next Wednesday, the next Friday. Then September, we have a Wednesday and a Friday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm counting on fingers here. That's 8 more live streams. There. 8 more live streams after today. So that's a good amount of time to get your name in. So yeah. Or multiple names if you're coming back for more, So yeah, exciting. All right. Let's get into Kalite's message now that we have entered her into our giveaway drawing. It's a giveaway drawing. All right. And we still have our actual regular giveaway and drawing to do after our donations or, at some point. So yes, let's get into Kalite's full read. And we're going to start with this deck. So what message does Spirit / the universe have for Kalite? All right. Here we go. All right. What message does Spirit / the universe have for Kalite? Tuning into Kalite's true spirit. And we have here, listen to the messages of your dreams. So this is like a theme, I think, collectively for many. And then when in doubt, ask for guidance. And you can even ask for guidance before you fall asleep to get that message or answer in your dreams. And it may not happen that exact night, but usually within a few days, or even in synchronicities, or you're flipping channels or something. Do people even channel surf anymore? I don't know. And you just hear exactly what you needed to hear, or that like validation, confirmation, or something that gives you chills. Just be very attentive to your dreams, to your thoughts even. And of course, if they're really negative, nasty thoughts, usually those aren't you. So just be mindful and observant. Don't attach to anything negative. But if they're really good, supercharged, inspirational thoughts, that's a lot of times your own spirit coming through, or your guides, whatever guides you communicate with. But yeah, there's some guidance coming to you very soon. Let's see if we can get some information about this guidance, because that's what she's asking for today, is just what message. Steering her in a proper direction for this guidance. What is this guidance? About your rebirth and reinvention. Wow, look at that. And we also have listening to wisdom. As the deck falls into my lap. So something might literally be falling into your lap. And I saw go with the flow on the back of this section that I saw go with the flow. So yeah. wherever it was in there. So go with the flow, but again, while trusting your intuition. And this is about listening to wisdom, listening, just being very aware, very attuned to the environment around you, be it in nature. Maybe you're just sitting there and a crow flies over and one of the feathers falls down to you. Like that could be a very clear message that spirit is delivering you hot and fresh right out of the oven, a message from spirit. There could be something like that going on. We have some symbolism here of little turtles. Look at the little turtles going in the water. How cute. Baby turtles. Aww. But turtles are kind of that slow and steady energy. So it may not just be this big hit you over the head epiphany. It's something you're very attuned to the energy of the information coming through. But it's going to have something to do with you being able to level up, reinvent yourself, have this rebirth, especially if things happen difficult for you and you've kind of almost been through this kind of death process in some regard. There's now a rebirth on the other side of that. But let's get some tarot in the mix for Kalite. Anything else Kalite needs to know? Messages from the universe, from her spirit. Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's not just any one thing. Like there's multiple timelines available to you, or there may even be a very significant timeline shift. So this, I always say at the heart of this card, it's a message of hope, or just allowing your mind to run wild with daydreams. And, you know, what is in your best interest? What is it you want to do? What lights you up? What makes you excited to be here at this time? And you may even be getting those messages in your dreams, but allow yourself to dream big. Don't just settle for, well, this is my life, so I guess that's it. No, you're not settling anymore. In fact, you're bringing more of your spiritual self online to help balance out the negativity and the toxicity. Here she is pouring herself some sort of like medicinal tea. So maybe doing some medicinal tea, especially if you have your own like herb garden or can get fresh organic herbs somewhere, or have like a grandma or a mom or a sister or a friend that you can get fresh herbs from to make your own tea and infusions and tinctures. This would be really beneficial and powerful for you to use in your spell work, or just in your manifesting, whatever it is you're looking to manifest. All right, what else? What else? Oh, this card's in there upside down. Put that one up, right? Ooh, we got a couple. We got all of this. I'm just taking it all. We're taking it all. It's all for you, Kalite. Wow. Yeah, you're definitely making some plans. So even if you're kind of unsure the direction or trajectory of this rebirth, regeneration, again, you're listening. You're very attuned to the energies around you. It's all leading you somewhere. And yeah, you're being led somewhere by your own higher self. You're having more eyes to see, ears to hear, discernment to be able to discern, is this too good to be true? Is this even for me? Speaking of, is this even for me? An opportunity coming in hot. Yet with the Two of Wands on the Ace of Pentacles, see those two wands on either side of the door? So the plans you're making now, or the brain map, you also look up brain map. We have a brain map here. If you don't know what that is, it's you can just look on YouTube. It's probably going to be explaining it better than I am. But it's a really great way to just bridge the gap from where you're at to where you want to be, for sure, to plan for your future, even if you're not set on like solid goals. But if you just kind of have this general sense of a feeling you want to feel in a future moment, or something you're working toward. But again, you don't have to do it alone. You do have support. It could be a significant other, friend, family member, whoever it does that feels like a soulmate to you. And soulmates don't always have to be romantic. Let's just put that out there. But then we are kind of rounding all of this out with the Sun. The Sun, the best card you can get, or at least one of the best cards you can get, where even if something at first feels like you're being rejected or rerouted, it's all to your good. It's a boon to you. It's something that is manifesting or protecting you from something. So if you feel like you're being rejected, left out, oh, well, we don't have your name on this list, whatever that looks like energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's for, and I got chills. So this is actually rerouting you in a major way to help you overcome, or not even have to deal with certain load of depression that the Matrix was trying to put in your way. And especially with the Seven of Cups coming out, I heard rerouted. So it's like you're hopping timelines from something where like the Matrix was trying to take something away from you that was your birthright, that was due you, that was owed you, that you're switching to a timeline where it's coming to you effortlessly. Although it may not feel effortless because you've put in a level of work and effort time and attention maybe in the past and it just didn't come to fruition. Well, all that time, blood, sweat, and tears you put into something that maybe didn't work out in the past, it's like somehow it's like being prorated to this next opportunity for you. To where maybe, yeah, if you look at it on the surface or people are like, wow, she just got that opportunity handed to her or whatever. On the surface, it may look like that, but deep down, no, I earned this. I deserve this. This is my birthright. But yeah, there's a big level upcoming. And I would look into the symbolism since you're listening to wisdom. You're looking at the signs, symbols, synchronicities all around you. Look up the wind because her hair is kind of blowing in the wind and we kind of got this wavy pattern with the almost like the northern lights. Look up the spiritual meaning of the aurora borealis or northern lights. Look up the spiritual meaning of wind. Look up the spiritual meaning or ways you can infuse your tea or tea, something with tea, tinctures, infusions. Look up the spiritual meaning of calico cat. Not calico. Oh gosh, they're gray with little tiger stripy type things. I can't remember the name of these cats. If anyone knows, I think that's a telling message here for Kalite. Also, dolphin symbolism, ocean or water symbolism, and sea turtles, baby sea turtles specifically, spiritual meaning or symbolism. That's just a couple things to get you going. Anything else standing out? Something with the key fob here. The key is really standing out to me for whatever reason. And I just saw this and heard Fountain of Youth in my mind. So interesting. And then sunflowers for the sun might be another symbol that you, even buying yourself, this is kind of the time of year where you start seeing fresh sunflowers for sale in the grocery stores and stuff. Just buying yourself some just because to put on your counter or your table to just say, I deserve this. This is my birthright to see beautiful flowers and enjoy my life. Anything else? Yeah, brain map. And look up the brain map. I almost think passport. There's a passport here. And of course, a lot of times they're planning for travel. So if you have any kind of travel plans, maybe even if you're not ready to take that trip, just kind of allowing yourself to do that dreaming, that daydreaming, about what it would feel like if I went on this trip to this place with this person or whatever. Even if you're not ready to, book that ticket or whatever, just start allowing yourself to hop to a timeline where you're available to go on that trip. And there's a lot of clarity coming in with the Ace of Swords. Something that's been holding you back. Sorry, I don't mean to flip you off. Something that's been holding you back. Those chains are going to be broken. You're going to be able to flow. And also this is a card of truth. You're going to get the truth of a situation very soon. And then the Empress is also staring at me and the Star. I can't make this up. So you got pretty much like the two best cards. Some argue the Sun and the Star. They argue which one's the best. They're both the best. Wow. So lots of healing, lots of wish fulfillment, recognition, reward, abundance, money coming in. This can be fame as well. If you have any kind of social media presence, maybe something you say or do or a picture or a video you post goes viral in some way or baby viral, usually like I think under 1 million views is like baby viral now because you know how things are. Wow. Lots of little random messages coming through, but yeah, just be very aware. Oh, you make music, rock star. Absolutely. So maybe some little soundbite you post on TikTok or Spotify or something takes off, blows up, becomes the next thing. You just never know. You just never know. So put yourself out there in the ways that feel, intuitively good to you at this time because you will be recognized. I see between now and October 3rd, that's kind of the timeline we're working on for whatever reason for this reading. So between now and October 3rd, it feels like this reading is like on and popping for you. I love that. I got chills again. So there's so many good things coming in. So many of you, the readings we've been getting today, it's like the best of this year is yet to come. The best of this year is yet to come. The best of this year is yet to come. I feel it in my bones, which is weird because if you look at the astrology for the rest of the year, it's like a dumpster fire out there. Like the mundane astrology is like dumpster fire after dumpster. I'm glad our little collective here is like rising above. We're leveling up. We're switching timelines to something that's just not going to be dumpster fire. Maybe we see dumpster fire on the news or certain people in our lives are having drama. It almost just feels like it's not that it's not affecting us, but it's not like personally all up in our business is really what it feels like. Yeah, it does feel like all of our energy together does feel more, screw that. If it's not a hell yes, I'm not participating in that timeline. which is our kind of our collective reading theme today is like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And I think us as sovereign spiritual beings, we can say that to certain timelines or certain events that they, whoever they are, have planned for us. If it's not a hell yes for us and our timeline and our spiritual development and leveling up, then it's a hell no. And not participating, not putting my energy toward it, not paying attention, not investing my time at all. I'm only here to listen to wisdom and my own spirit and, the people I love and that type of stuff. Not just this mundane trash that's trying to be projected onto us. We're over it. I'm over it. And I know many of you are over it. So we don't have to participate. And I know that sounds so woo-woo and new age and spiritually bypassy, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say in a not spiritually bypassy kind of way. Because we've been put through our paces. We've done our dark nights of the soul. When is it going to be time for us to start shining? You know what I mean? It's our time. It's our time down here from the Goonies. Remember that line? It's their time. It's their time up there. I love that. All right. Yeah, and it's funny because that Goonies message is coming through for our little collective of, they were in this race to find this treasure to save their homes, or they were going to be tearing all their homes up and making Astoria a golf course where all these rich people could just hit balls on the places they used to live. And yeah, the time is now. I love it. Yes. I love it. Let's go. Lovely message for everyone. So true. Heck yeah. Kashmi came back and asked me, did she just use the H word? Yes. Yes, she did. Sorry about that. I try to keep it PG, but sometimes we creep into PG-13 territory here and there. The time is now. I love that. That's such a theme right now. It really is. Like, this is like the epitome of what so many of us are, just breaking those old chains, those old traumas, those old karmas. Because again, like I was saying kind of at the beginning of the live stream, karma on a spirit, like true spirit level, karma is not a thing. Like, quit trying to make karma a thing. Quit trying to make fetch a thing. It doesn't exist outside this matrix, but it keeps the score absolutely in this matrix. But you then got to kind of scratch your head and question and wonder why all these absolute megalomaniacs that are in control of this realm, either the ones that are the puppets on the strings or the ones controlling the puppets on the strings, where's the karma for them? It rarely, if ever, shows up in the public eye, karma for these people, because they've made the rules and they're playing by a different set of rules is my, I guess, opinion on it. Because how can these people, and you can intuitively feel if you have some spiritual gifts, feel into the royal family, feel into like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, these big name families that have had control and money and power, so to speak, and you feel into their family line. It feels like these same energies coming back. So it's almost like they're time hopping in their own family line to somehow avoid karma. I don't know. It just energetically, they feel like the same players, the same puppets on the stage that have been here since at least what we see as recorded history. At least for me personally, when I tune in, it feels like the same players, the same stage, the same tricks up their sleeves. There's nothing new under the sun with these people. They have no creative life force energy to make anything new happen. That's why there's so many cycles and the things just keep happening over and over and over and over. Maybe there's slightly different masks on these players or slightly different circumstances to the things that keep happening, but it's the same underlying energy over and over and over again. Hi, Florence. I'm on my soapbox. Oh, you got an insight into the karma trap, the same as you're mentioning. Okay, see? We got it. Yeah, we can feel it. Us as creative beings, we're not meant to be put in this very limited energy of just this human body. But that being said, the human body, if all the DNA was unlocked and put back to what it originally was, we could do much more with this human body to where it didn't feel like a containment. But it almost does feel energetically like a lot of these, I like to call them leeches, parasites, controllers, whatever they are. It almost feels like they're just not playing by the same set of rules we are, or put into the same boxes that we are. And it's not that they're more powerful or better than us. Absolutely not. Because if we were to learn our power and how to wield said power, they'd be run for the hills because they don't have that. They don't have that spark that we have. And I think we terrify them to such an extent that they have to lie to us about everything. Every little thing they have to lie to us about. Yeah. Also check the solar flares and got a message. It's a mixed bag of organic and inorganic. Yeah, and we had I can't remember what they call it. It looks like a tornado, but it's smaller. It's not as powerful. We had 2 of those touch down just south of where the town my in-laws live in, just south of us, about 16 miles south of where I'm at yesterday. And my neighbor, we had another storm come through. Not to the extent that we had that night where I'm flying with my trampoline halfway across the yard, but kind of a mini version of that, which is not wind where I live is like it's normal, like under about 10 miles per hour. But for it to get high, like 50, 60, 70, 109, 110 miles an hour, that's not normal for my area. And Raylene, she lives about, from Roots Restored Wellness, she lives about 100 and some miles from where I live, not very far. And she even tuned in and felt very inorganic manipulation with that big storm we had on the 24th of July. Yeah, it's being messed with big time, for sure. For sure. And I know, pole shift and all that fun stuff. There are very natural things going on with the earth that are cyclical and maybe just haven't happened in our lifetime, that are maybe potentially catastrophic going on for sure as well, for sure. But there's also a lot of manipulation, a lot of interference, for sure. Not having rains this season, which is completely off the normal. Yeah, it's weird because we had all these fires and it was so hot in July, which it's not unheard of, but it's not common around here. And it's usually August. It's just, we even have a car show in Libby where I'm from called Hot August Nights, because it's usually August that's the hottest and it's so dry and you just get fires popping up that are not even put out until like November, December, because they're burning so hot because it was so dry. But we had that real hot, dry snap in like early June, going into about mid-June, till about the 24th when we had that big storm, and then it just rained. And then it rained like every other day, on and off, till now, which is, let's be honest, so we need the rain. I'm not mad about it because the fire situation has been dealt with mostly where I'm at. Like even looking out like wildfire smoke that we would get from Canada, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, just not there. You can see beautiful blue skies. You can see the mountains, which is nice. I like that. Although, that being said, when I tuned into the fires that were going on around us before that big storm happened, I could tell, and the earth elementals, the air elementals, fire elementals, water elementals, all were coming together to, yes, allow certain, almost like when humans do like a prescribed burn to, help with certain problems so that you can revitalize or rejuvenate the area. It's like nature and the nature spirits were doing their own prescribed burns in certain areas. So I would tune in and say, yes, okay, there are these prescribed burns, but nature herself is facilitating. But then interference is coming in and either making them too big or setting a bunch of other ones where there weren't prescribed burns from nature. So I felt about 50-50, like, yes, Mother Nature was wanting to burn in certain areas, but not others. But then these fires were set either with, they're called DEW, direct energy, and then the word weapon. I gotta be careful with what I'm saying. People are being, like this one homesteader guy that I follow, I can't remember his name. I follow so many like homesteading and things, YouTube channels, but I don't watch a lot of stuff on YouTube right now just because I'm kind of in my don't consume a lot of content era. But a video came across my feed that I was the other day just looking through, and I'm like, let me click on this. And he's like, he got medical misinformation for talking about activated charcoal. And it's just known that that's been a binding agent for toxins in the body for a long, long time. I mean, this is not news to anybody, but he got medical misinformation for talking about activated charcoal. So like, wow. I gotta be careful with what I say, even if I think I'm good. Like, I gotta be careful, I guess, so I don't lose my platform. It's crazy. Yeah, you got the 50-50 for solar flares, fire storms, etc. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's definitely a thing. All right, let me check our list. Okay, we are Interesting. I got a message or an email from Petco saying, "Alert: is your pet is your pet protected from extreme heat?" Right now, yeah, for sure. But we were just kind of talking about fires and stuff, and this just sent. Wow, weird. It's listening to me again. Weird. But yeah, even when like nature prescribes burns, to me, it feels like the animals know ahead of time that this is happening and they can move their little burrows and their little dens and their little grazing areas to where they're not going to be decimated in the flames. But when there's interference, they don't have that you know, forewarning. And it's interesting too because it's like the birds, the insects, the animals can sense when a storm is coming, and almost even too where lightning strikes and the fires start when lightning strikes and creates fires that way. It's almost feels to me like when I tune in that the animals somehow knew the lightning was going to strike that area and they moved away. But that's how nature's like, okay, we're coming in with some lightning, everybody. Alert, 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 get where you need to be. But when there's interference, they don't get that forewarning that they would get from nature because they are so connected to the nature, in ways we just aren't for the most part. Yeah, and so we start coming out of their homes before rain. Yeah, see, they sense these things. It's like nature's giving them that warning, and we could be getting these warnings too. And some people do, not everybody though. Like it should just be our birthright to get warnings when there's fire, there's this disaster, that disaster, to be able to get to high ground or safe space of some kind. But we just you know so many people are far removed from their natural instincts that it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore, or it exists but it's so buried beneath all the programming that there's no access to it. Yeah, crazy. All right, let's do our giveaway. Regular giveaway, not our big candle box giveaway, but our just normal every live stream giveaway we're gonna do. So if you're new here or you don't know how the giveaway goes, all you have to do is determine what tarot card I'm going to pull out of this deck, or it's going to fly out here momentarily. Here it is. All right, and it's in reverse, which is funny because this card came out in reverse earlier. So if you've been paying attention, you know. All right, so yeah, this is interesting. So go ahead and start guessing. You can guess or use your determination or your intuition to figure out what card am I holding. As many times as you want. Just start putting it out there. Ding, 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 we have a winner. I maybe gave too much away, but Marlene must have been paying attention. King of Swords. And this was in Linda's reading earlier. So look at that, Marlene. You have won. You have won our giveaway. But don't go away because we're going to also enter those present into our perpetual drawing and pull a new winner. So let's do it. So let's get the names in the hat for the perpetual drawing. Oh, Kashvi said swords. That's awesome. Yay, Marlene. Congratulations. But not the number. Yeah. All right. Let's put a 555. We got 5 people, 5 likes on the video. Let's put a 555, and then I will enter you into the perpetual drawing, and then we're going to pull another winner today. All right. So Linda H, let's get you entered. Oh, man. I swear I have good handwriting sometimes, but not right now. All right. Linda is entered. Let's see who else. We've got Kalite. Going into the pouch. And we have Marlene. And we've got who else? Who else? We've got Amber. Oh, for Kashvi. We've got Rihanna, B-Degree. And last but not least, oh, we got 2 more. Brandy Lynn and Amber 9N. Okay, I wrote them both. Let's get them entered. Okay, Brandy Lynn and Amber 9N. All right, entered. Let's churn churn a couple ways that way, a couple ways this way. It's a big bag of tricks here. Okay, and I have a name. I have a name. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? We got 2 names. We've got 2 names. Who are they? Who are they? We've got Damini. Wow, she won last time. And Amber 9 in from a while back. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, 2 winners, which I will do after we do the giveaway. Wow, exciting. So fun. Gotta weigh those down. My fan is kind of rustling my papers here a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Okay. So Marlene, you won our giveaway. So go ahead and post a question that you want to know more about, or you can just leave it open general, whatever you want to do. Any past life information in regards to me and my husband. Wow. Well, it's interesting because we kind of almost have this like speaker or politician, and it says here, well, it's in maybe some other language, but I almost thought it said juror. Very interesting. It's like lawyer vibes. He was a lawyer. This is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna get my past life deck, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is this feels like it was in like aesthetically it looks very 1940s. Oh, it looks a lot like him. Oh my gosh, so cool. Wow. It feels like this is the 1940s. And it's so you were a juror on this, jury. That's usually where jurors are, on a jury for, it wasn't a murder trial, but it was like a manslaughter trial. And the guy was drinking. He was found guilty. He was prosecuting this guy. And you were a juror, and you kind of, it's not how you guys got together, but you met because he was an attorney, and I heard you were a law student, which is weird because it feels to me you weren't a law student at the time, but then became a law student. But you weren't young, and he wasn't young. Because I'm seeing you're like early 30s at the time you met, and you didn't even meet. Like, you just knew who he was, and he saw you on the jury. But then I see about a year later, you're in your 30s, he's in his late 30s. So early 30s, late 30s. And he meets you, like you guys are out in public. It looks like a busy like diner. And there had no tables. This is very interesting. It's just all downloading in. So they had no like room, no tables. And you were a single person waiting for a table. He was a single person waiting for a table. And he looks over at you like, I wouldn't mind sharing a table if that's okay with you. Oh, she's studying criminal justice in her early college class. Wow, this is so cool. So like you guys come together to share a table, and at first you're like, oh, I don't know why I did that, but wait, he looks super familiar, and you kind of are like, you guys look familiar. Like you're both kind of thinking that, and then you ask him, what is it you do for a living? And he's like, oh, I'm a lawyer or a prosecutor. And you're like, oh, okay. I was a juror on this one, and you guys get to talking, and then before you know it, you are exchanging numbers, and you're going on a date, and within a year of meeting, you guys are married, and it's so cool. Yeah, look, late modern age is the time frame, which I guess that could technically also be the 40s. It's still like modern age. Investigation, how weird, because it's like investigating this crime that took place. You're a juror. I have chills. Wow. And I just pulled the card out. I mean, look, some of these time frames, like Viking age, but this is so relevant to what we were talking about. How crazy is that? Seeking the truth. Wow. Questioning of authority. He's in this role of authority, but he's questioning the authority of being able to, do I have the power to put this person in jail or prison, but I want to do it only if this person's actually guilty of what he did. He was drinking. There was enough proof. He actually did it, energetically filling in this guy, the guy that you were the juror, Marlene, and your husband was the prosecutor. The guy was actually guilty, and he felt bad. He felt bad because it was more manslaughter than murder. He didn't mean to do it. He was drunk and shouldn't have been drunk, driving and all the things. Yeah, it feels very rocky start compared to your relationship now. Yeah. But also like a good foundation, a kind of a fun, meet cute type story, even though you didn't technically meet during that life, if that makes sense. Or during that, yeah, you met during that life. during the time you were the juror, and it was more, oh, I see him across the room, he sees you across the room, and then a year-ish later, you meet like in person and sit together, and yeah. And in the later years, you were his caretaker. He had, I guess, something similar to what we would call ALS, but I don't know that they called it that back then. And he deteriorated within 3 years, but not 3 years of you dating. Like, you had a few kids and, had a life together. And so he was late 30s when you met, and it was like into his early 50s is what I'm seeing. He went downhill, and by age about 53, 54, he had passed away, but you became his caretaker. Wow. Yeah, but look, true love. It is true love. So there's a definite soulmate connection here. In that life, in this life, in all lives, because you're soulmates. That feels very cool. Wow. What an interesting life. And how weird that the card we pulled resonated with what we were getting and what just downloaded just by looking at this. Because this guy is, I mean, this is not in a court of law. This more looks like politician vibes, but I was not getting that for the past life at all. So weird. You never know what's coming through for past life readings. You just never know. Cool reading, mind blowing. I know, you literally cannot make this stuff up. So cool. Yeah, this is such a fun deck. I got it on Amazon also. I get a lot of decks on either Hay House or Amazon or Rockpool. But I find Amazon usually, oh, look, we've got a big old moth that just joined the party. Do you see him? He kind of is hiding now. He just flew out from behind my computer. Do you see him? That's a hum. He's a big boy. Come here. I want to see you. I want to see you. Am I even showing you guys? I'm sorry. He's wanting to hide, I guess. Apparently he just saw that was the time to see the light. Oh, and I have a moth on my shirt. How weird. How cool. Wow. Maybe I can Google a picture of a hummingbird moth to show you guys. So maybe even looking up, Marlene, I feel this is also part of your reading because it came out during the tail end of your reading. So let's look up hummingbird moth. When I first found one of those years and years ago, I was terrified of it. And now I'm wanting to catch it. Hummingbird moth. Yeah. I mean, they literally look like a fat little hummingbird. Look how fat. They're big. They're a big moth. I mean, if you're not a fan of moths, you would definitely probably not be a fan of this guy, but he's sweet. Yeah. It's more of a illustration of one, but yeah. I wish he'd let me hold him. Let me see. See if I can get him to come out. Oh, here he is. Come on. No. He's like, I'm busy right now, lady. I don't know what you're trying to do. Oh, come here. Come here. You just had me. You just had me at hello. Come here. Cool. You're cool. Yeah, he's not letting me get him. I'm not going to terrify him, so. Yeah, I feel it's a message. So let's just see. Let me just Google spiritual meaning and see if we can get it does feel very transformational. A lot of moths and butterflies are like transformation. But let's see. Yeah, personal transformation can help people explore themselves both internally and externally. Messages for change, sensitivity to Earth's harmony, and what were we talking about earlier about most humans just aren't sensitive to the cues or the intuitions that nature is sending, like the warnings that nature is sending. So maybe this is, your connection with your husband, Marlene, is helping you get a deeper sense of the spiritual, like, even just if you don't understand why you have a certain feeling, like, I think we need to go here. I think we maybe don't do that thing we planned. And then you realize maybe there was something bad that happened after the fact. It's like trusting your intuition. Like, you can really, especially when you and your husband are together, you kind of almost create this force field that your intuition can really flourish under his energy and him in your energy, vice versa. Yeah. What a fun message. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, we have everybody drawn today. So we're going to start with Amber since she's here. Thanks, Amanda, and all. Had fun and claiming all the elevated energy. Yes. And that moth, it does feel like a message for all of us that, yes, we don't have to just be in this timeline. We can transform. We can level up. We can tune into our spirit and find something that's better than just what we're experiencing. Most people are experiencing some dumpster fire or another. He's not very spiritual, but I always talk to him about these type of things. Yeah, and he doesn't, it's kind of like my husband. It's like, I think deep down he is spiritual. He just feels almost embarrassed to say it. But my husband is very intuitive, just on almost an analytical level. He's very intuitive, or just able to almost feel out people's intentions or motives just by hearing them talk, or just meeting them without even really hearing them talk too much, but just being in their energy. He's like, I like that guy, or that guy's shady, or whatever it is. But yeah, so I'm the more spiritual woo-woo. He's the more analytical, like what's based in reality here. So I think we balance each other out very well. I get a very similar vibe from you and your husband. It's like you guys are kind of, yes, maybe you do have overlapping qualities, but you guys do balance each other out very well. That's a very great example to set for your kids too. Show them the whole spectrum of human whatever. Oh, he doesn't like spiritual stuff. Yeah. And I don't think that it's that my husband doesn't like it. It's just he's very into like learning things about building and watching sports stuff. And I don't know, his learning doesn't really lean more into the unexplainable, I guess. He wants solid, concrete ideas or tips or tricks, or this was the score of this game. Like he likes very on paper, concrete, I can prove it things. And when you're talking about God or the universe, or like, no one can prove any of that. But I thrive in these arenas. That's where I love to hang out. I love the unknown. I love the what ifs. I love asking why. And if he doesn't know the answer to the why, he usually will go to find a question to find an answer that actually has a why. And I'm just like, let me ask all the unaskable questions. All right, Amber, let's pull you a few cards just to get your message. Anything Amber needs to know from her drawing win. Congratulations. And then I'm going to timestamp for Damini. So I don't think she's here. All right, let's see. Amber. Ooh, believe in yourself. And she's walking the tightrope, which, if your average person puts a rope up there, even if you had that fancy umbrella, we're going to fall pretty quick. We don't have the ability to balance or the know-how to balance. So it's about believing in yourself, especially if you're trying something new that you don't have all the information for. Yeah, I can timestamp. Let's see. 2:06, about 2 hours and 6 minutes. 2:06-ish. Maybe slightly before that, but that'll at least get you started. There you go. All right. So even if you're, maybe like an example. This almost reminds me kind of from afar of your mandala art. So maybe you have everything figured out with the art itself, but it's the getting the art to the people that is kind of your, I don't know what to do here. And I just dropped a card. Yeah. So maybe you even at times feel like you've dropped the ball with marketing, or even knowing how to get started or how to market yourself. But believe that your art can speak for itself, that your art is valuable, that it can enhance someone's life. Knowing these things about your art can actually help you in the marketing of said art. In what way? What way will this help her market her art? Just knowing how valuable it is and how much love and effort and spirit she puts into her wonderful artistic creations. I mean, direct answer much? Answer directly that yes, your creations are magical. Like, hello, they are. You can feel it just looking at them. They're very beautiful, and they have that very spiritual underlying energy. So how can she use that fact to her advantage to market said magical creations? Listen to your inner compass. So if you have an idea like, I think I should show these on TikTok, or, maybe Etsy's my jam, doing vendor events, whatever intuitively comes into your awareness, try it out. Even if it doesn't stick, maybe that is almost acting as a stepping stone to something that will stick. Yeah, they are priceless for you. And it's like, how do you put a price on something? Again, there's no correct answer. This should be this much, and this should be this much. It's like you're almost picking or plucking that number out of the ether. Kind of like, not that analytical way, but the very mystical way of marketing. So maybe you're even finding a mystical way to get these creations to people. It's not the analytical, must go on Etsy, must be on TikTok, very robotic, very analytic, very algorithm driven places. Maybe you're finding very organic ways or very mystical ways to market or sell your wares. Right. They want to get exactly. And they said, like when I used to do crocheted hats, like for kids, mostly kids, but adults would buy them as well. I sometimes had upwards of 100 hours into certain hats. I made this Yoda hat with like yarn. I would pull the pieces of yarn. Well, I'd kind of cut them to size, crochet them in, and then cut them and separate the yarn all over this head of Yoda hair. That hat was my probably most intricate hat I've ever made. Took me over 100 hours. Guess how much I quoted the girl and she paid me before? $45. And I just took it because I have to take these low prices to be able to pay or for people to be able to afford what I really undersold myself time and time and time and time again. Every time I've had a business, even when I would do photography, I definitely wasn't there was a girl in town charging $10 for 2 hours of shooting and then burning them. She used to burn them to a CD and just she didn't edit them or anything, but she'd give you all the photos on CD. But to spend 2 hours with you, well, to pay for gas to drive to where you're meeting to do the photos, to spend 2 hours of your time doing the photos, then you have to go home, upload all the photos. Like, I never undercharged myself by that much, but my starting prices were $125, which bought you your session, which usually lasted about an hour. I would edit everything, and then I can't remember what my initial ones were. Yeah, I think that just covered that. And then if you wanted like a disc with like the high resolution to where you could print your own, it costs more. But like, I knew that my time was at least, because most of my sessions were up in Libby, so I'd have to travel 225, 230 miles, which is about 3.5 hours north of where I'm at. And I knew I needed to at least cover my gas. So that's why I had to charge $125 to get the session and the editing that covered all the session and editing. But then if they wanted to order prints or digital copies, it was, I had an a la carte and then a couple package deals that they could do. But I at least knew for that my time was at least worth this. But this is the crazy thing. Just charging $125, that's all people would get, was just the session. And I would upload all the photos as low resolution with my watermark onto Facebook. That's all they wanted. They didn't even want to order the prints or the canvas or the anything. They just wanted that prestige of putting their family photos on Facebook, and that was worth it to them. So I would usually only make $125. And that's why I had to price it, because I want to say my very first few sessions for a whole wedding, I charged $200. And that was hours and hours and hours and hours of editing and over 600-700 photos. Like, that was my very first session of any kind that wasn't just me taking pictures of my baby at the time. My oldest son was 4 months old, and my very first photo session was a wedding. And my third photo session was another wedding. $200 a pop on those weddings. And then I can't remember. I think I charged $50 the very first session, and then I realized quickly, I got to charge more than this because no one's buying anything. So my fourth photo session was another family session. I charged $125. But yeah, there was maybe out of every 10 sessions, maybe one person would buy prints or the digital copies of them on a disc. Yeah. Add a 0 and then to be more appropriate. Right? I know. Yeah. Well, my wedding, I actually worked for the photographer. I went to a consultation to book a wedding photographer and ended up getting a job without even booking her. But then after I got the job, I decided to book with her. But the package I ordered back in 2008, when I booked the package and I got married in 2009, $7,699. Almost $8,000 back then for full wedding. I mean, she was boutique photography. Knowing what I know now and all the photography I did over the years, she was not that great. Let's just put that out there. Is that mean? Is that mean? It's mean, but it's true. True. But yeah, it wasn't worth it. But yeah, I worked and worked and worked to pay that off, I'll tell you. But it was paid off before the day of our wedding, so that was my goal. My job pretty much went to pay for our wedding. That whole first year, or that year before we got married, just paid for our wedding. And I made all of our decorations, and the only thing I did outsource was the videographer, which my friend Rob, mine and Ryan's mutual friend Rob, we met him going to college where we met, was our videographer, and he just wanted to do it as a wedding gift and for practice because he was trying to get a videography thing going off the ground, and he brought that to me. I didn't ask him; he brought that to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you! That's so amazing!" So it was kind of his wedding gift to us, and like free practice for him for his videographer skills. So I did feel very privileged to get that. The biggest expense, second to that wedding, the photography was my dress, which my mom lovingly bought my dress. And then after that, it was like pennies on the dollar of what a normal wedding would cost because I just did all the DIY stuff myself. Yeah. I was like, I'm not paying thousands and thousands of dollars on anything, except to me the photography was very important. But let me just see if I have I can't remember if I used it. I think I did. Yeah, maybe. I had my wedding album in here. I think I moved it into my room. I mean, it's been years since I've even looked at it, unless it's in here. No, but it's a thick daddy. I mean, just the cost of that book back in 2009, and I designed it because that was my job there, was I would edit all the photos, retouch them. I created the website, managed the website and the social media, and I also designed all of the albums. Wedding albums, baby albums, all the things. So part of I was paying her like marked up fee for her to then pay her worker, me, to create my own wedding album. I should have just done it on my own time with the digital files instead, but whatever. But that Mac Daddy was like almost $400 just to purchase the big thing. I mean, it weighs like 20 pounds. It's on this really thick, mat board. No, not mat board. Foam core. I can't remember the name. I've been out of the business for so long, I don't remember. Shucks. But oh my gosh, it's a heavy beast, and it's robust. It's not, it's not a piece of paper you spill. And even if you spilled wine, or not that I drink wine, but that was her example. You spill wine on this, it wipes right off. So it was waterproof to a point, but I did find my because it came with 2 parent versions, one for my in-laws and one for my mom. Mini versions. It was just much smaller to scale version of the wedding album for each of the parents. And I found that one in my mom's birdhouse in those videos. If you guys want to go see a smaller version of it, it's kind of burned up, but it's in those videos linked in my description of us tearing down my house. Yeah, those 2 big ones. Oh wow, yeah. Marriages are expensive. You got that right. So I'm never doing it again. I even told him at the time, I'm like, Ryan, hope you like me, and I hope I like you for a long time, because this is it for me, man. If I ever had to do this again, it's a courthouse deal or just a spiritual contract or something. I don't know. Would never do it again. Not that I didn't have fun and enjoy it, and it was an experience, but it's an experience I maybe just want to have once, because it was a lot. Energetically, it was a lot. And then I had this almost like hangover after the wedding was over of, now what do I do with my free time? Because it was just wedding planning, creating things for the wedding, thinking about the wedding, dreaming about the wedding. And now I'm like, now what do I do with my life? I even debated for like a hot minute becoming like a wedding planner or coordinator, party planner coordinator. But just the stress level, I don't think I could do that. Just making sure everything goes off without a hitch and you're responsible for everything. When it's my wedding and I'm the one to be disappointed, I can hold that pressure. But when it's for someone else, I don't think I could hold that pressure. Same reason I couldn't be like an emergency room nurse like my sister. No way, no how. Oh, your wedding picture. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I won't show it unless you want me to, but yeah. That is so cool. I love the effects. Beautiful. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I have some on Facebook of my wedding. I mean, she did all right, but I mean, I would have done things way different. If I had the knowledge I had when I was fully into my kind of photography business, but for the time with the eye I had and just wanting to book that photographer, I just booked it. I should have probably done more research and whatever, but that's that. Let's see. Facebook. It's my digital life that I never go on anymore. Hardly at all. Let's see. Photos. Photos. Oh, it's this tab. They always change things, so I never know where things are anymore on Facebook. Okay. Like, I'll just kind of, I won't probably show anything specific, but just scrolling through. Me and my mom right here. There's my niece Kylie. She's so little. And it was just a church wedding. It's not like we had this big, crazy, awesome venue and then a community center. We decorated. I still don't know how we made. My dad's like, "Wow, you really polished this turd." Not that the place was bad. It wasn't bad. It just was very plain and mundane. Nothing fancy about it. But we made it look pretty fancy, I thought. Let's see. Yeah, there's me being funny. Me and Ryan. Yeah, I dyed my own like crinoline or whatever they call that petticoat thing because I wanted a pop of color. I wanted it to be cool. Yeah, we just kind of made this regular old plain old community center look pretty good. Yeah, we had fun. It was fun. Again, I don't regret it, but yet at the same time, we would see the venue. I mean, yeah. I mean, we spiced it up pretty darn good. We had this whole thing like going up to the ceiling in the middle and it all kind of branched out. I mean, I had a vision and it came pretty darn close. My biggest inspiration, color scheme, and kind of vibe, not like full on vibe, but like essence of the vibe, was like the movie Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette. Like all the baby pinks and teal blues or like aqua blues kind of come together. And if you're not looking too close, you might think it's a baby shower because it's got the baby pink and the baby blue. But like the cake specifically was very, I of course had to design it, but we went to a grocery store to have them make it. And they did a really great job. But Marie Antoinette inspired for sure. I don't know why I'm on wedding talk, but I can share it here. Okay. I will share Amber's wedding photo. Isn't that beautiful? You look so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, but we had fun. It was fun. Definitely worth it to have the experience. But definitely, if I had to have another wedding or vow renewal or anything like that, I would just do very low key. Less. I mean, we only had about 75 to 80 people there, and most of them were like recent, like family and extended family for sure, and then like recent coworkers slash friends, college friends. Not a lot of my like high school friends and stuff came because it wasn't in the town I grew up in. So it was pretty low key. Oh no, we invited 80. I think 63 showed up, if I'm remembering that right. I used to know all these things. I kind of forget. Yeah, pricing and marketing are right. Yes, we're getting back there. I do apologize, but yes, this is this is what you're focusing on, is being able to find maybe a woo-woo or more natural way that's not just analytical. This is how other people market. It's like you're stepping out of the box. But let's just get another card before we close out, since we went off on such an extreme tangent. It's so much fun. I just have fun hanging out with you guys. All right. The star. Like, I'm hearing the sky's the limit, but even then, no, it's not. Have faith and healing is in the forecast. Oh, have faith that healing is in the forecast. So something is going to be, we got the bird looking in the puddle. Something is going to be reflected to you. So it's like, of course, the answer is probably not just going to come out. You need to do exactly this to market your stuff. But it's like thinking outside the box, maybe tearing up contracts of anything that's standing in your way of being able to market yourself, or have the people that could really benefit from your art and value your art. That's an important part. Find you. Allow the path to be very clear for them to find you, whatever that exactly looks like. Even if you're using traditional routes to market yourself, you're finding very metaphysical ways to bring the people toward you that resonate with your art, that value your art. Because you don't want someone who's going to try to undercut your price, or, well, that's not that great anyway. And, you don't want those people at your business anyway. It's not for you. If it's not for you, just keep on walking. Yeah, healing from the inside, and then we'll start pulling people in. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles. Having it all looks different to everyone. So it's not going to look exactly the same way that maybe this other artist is marketing. But, having those avenues available, like having an Instagram where you're sharing your art, and, maybe having your links up on Instagram so that if people do like organically find you that way, they know where to go to purchase. Yeah, so many cats. That's a lot of generations of cats right there. But just kind of trying different things out. Just if it doesn't really work, hey, at least you tried. Now you know it doesn't work. Or maybe it'll work later, but now's not the right time. But just getting your name out there somehow. But it feels to me like doing some spiritual work around any blockages that are preventing you from being able to market yourself, or to find the clientele that you actually want to attract. You don't want someone trying to undercut you, or that wants to pay, Shein prices for something that's handmade and lovingly created from spirit. No, not going to happen. Yeah, breaking a generational thing, I feel. Absolutely. And that's a good starting point. And then you can start looking at ways to, maybe even going on Google, how to market your work for artists. Or, yeah, haggling should be nowhere near the type of people that are coming to you would be, take my money. Like, that's what you deserve, and that's what you can call in. Because there are, think of a t-shirt. You can go down to Walmart or Goodwill and get a t-shirt. Or you could go to a boutique, ethically and organically sourced material that's going to cost you a lot more. It's probably also going to be more authentic and probably going to last you a lot longer than the one you found at Goodwill or on Shein or, at Walmart or whatever. So it's like you can find your niche, you can find your market. Maybe there are a lot of people in the market for art, and specifically mandala art, but you can kind of put yourself toward the middle or toward the high end of what people are willing to pay, and just you valuing your art enough to put X amount of a price on it almost shows people too that you perceive the value in your own art, that you're not afraid to charge for it. And, and sometimes too, if people see something that's amazing and then they see that it's priced really low, they maybe even won't buy it then, because they are almost like, well, why are they charging so little for it? If they painted it themselves, that makes no sense. So you might even turn off those higher end buyers that they see the value in the work and will be willing to pay the value of the work. But if you underprice it, they might think, oh, well, maybe it's not worth as much as I thought, So you got to be real careful about, and that's the thing, is it's almost an intuitive dance. Like, where do you slide yourself on the sliding scale of price? And, if you're going for more high-end clientele, or, middle range to high-end, can be a good place to go. But if you're just, putting yourself way on the low end price-wise and value-wise, people will start to see it as such. So value yourself, and then your clients will also value you, which I know is easier said than done, because I'm in the same boat. I'm like, how do I even price my candles? I know the level of work and effort I put into them, not just making them and, painting them and putting them all together, but also, the energetic work that I put into the candles is kind of an added layer that your average candle, you will go down to Bed Bath & Beyond or Bath & Body Works. That's the one I'm looking for. They don't have that added layer, but it's an invisible layer that you can't really see. Maybe if you look at the picture of it energetically, you can feel there's something different about that candle if you're more intuitive. But just looking at it, or, whatever, and the fact that, I use all clean ingredients, which are like double the price of just the cheap, quick paraffin wax. These really chemicalized scents that are very strong. They hit you in the face, but they are just full of toxins. And I don't want that. I don't want that for my business. I don't want that for my clients. So I'm going to be paying more, and probably by way of that, my clients will be paying more, but they'll be getting a much better product. So you can, you can do a very similar kind of nickel and dime of what you need to do and how to price yourself, how to market yourself. Because if you're pricing yourself high, but you're marketing yourself in these very gimmicky, just almost cheap ways, it's not going to correlate with the value you're trying to give. So your marketing, if you're going for a more high-end approach, your marketing kind of has to be on that level as well. So it's hard though. It's hard. I get it. It's hard. But I wish you nothing but the best, Amber. But yeah, doing some clearing around your creativity, your marketing, through tearing up contracts, doing any kind of spiritual work in that realm could definitely get you a leg up in the material world, working toward getting a marketing plan or strategy. And even if you try a few strategies and maybe 2 or 3 of them work and 4 or 5 of them don't, you just never know. But be willing to try things and step out of your comfort zone a bit. And yeah. All right. So I hope that resonated for you. Sorry about our tangent, but you told me not to apologize, so I won't. All right. Let me timestamp for Damini. And we are at 2:29:43. And this most likely will be our last reading of the day because I am getting a bit hungry. Yes. Okay. So Damini, you won our giveaway. Sorry, our drawing. We pulled yours and Amber's name out of the pouch today, so I'm giving it to both of you. You're both winning a reading today, so let's see what Damini needs to know right now. Relevant information. We have the 2 of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. So if you do feel like you're being pulled 40 different directions or even 2 different directions, make sure you're balancing all this busyness or feeling very ungrounded with just stillness and groundedness. Getting out in nature is a really easy way. Taking a shower or a bath and cleansing the energy off of you, grounding into that water can really benefit as well. We have the Justice card here. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. And kind of with this grounded and balanced energy mixed with the laptop over here on this Justice card, if you are feeling like you're chronically online or spending just maybe too much time online, a good way to balance out all that online usage would be to get out in nature or to just ground inside your body and just be a human without being connected to a screen in some way. And especially if you have to be on a screen for work, it's probably best to spend your more personal or downtime not on a screen, because then you can kind of find a way to balance that. Let's see. Anything else for Damini? Coming through for Damini. We have accept love, which can be very difficult to do when we have trouble even loving ourselves. That's a big journey that many people are on in this life, is just to learn to love and accept and unconditionally just love themselves. It's so hard because we are a lot of times our own worst enemies, our own worst critic. We know all of our nasty or negative thoughts, our good thoughts, our failures, our successes. We know all of it. That all the other people don't know all the little nuance and ins and outs, but we know ourselves. And sometimes because we know we're not perfect, we can beat ourselves up. So if you've been doing that or have done that in the past, there's coming very soon this way that you can really learn to accept yourself, accept love, not only from yourself, but also from other people in ways that you haven't allowed yourself to feel in the past, maybe even since you were a child. All right, Damini, anything else? Give some attention and love to Kashfi. She returned 45 minutes ago and I have been on the live. Yes, tell her we say hi. Have a good one, Amber. Have a happy weekend. All right, Damini, embrace your inner and outer beauty. Yes, and this is just about embracing, beauty doesn't just have to be what you see or what you perceive to be aesthetically pleasing. Beauty can be your successes, your failures, your, when you tried and something didn't work out. Loving and embracing the inner and outer aspects of you is such a theme with this reading here. And even allowing yourself to embrace other people's inner and outer beauty as well, and allowing others to embrace your inner and outer beauty as well. So very fun message there for you, Damini. I hope it resonated. And congrats again on winning the drawing with Amber today. All right. Well, friends, that is going to be it for me. I'm going to go have some lunch and hang out and just see what else is going on today. I might make a candle or two because I do have some sense. I was kind of debating, should I make a mixture of these two? And then I had 3 that I wanted to kind of make a mix of, and just, I'm being an alchemist, a candle alchemist out there in my kitchen today, and it's so fun. And pretty much all since last weekend, I've just been making a candle here, a candle there. Here a candle, there a candle, everywhere a candle, candle. Old Amanda had a candle. I know. All right, I'm going to shut up. All right, you guys have a lovely, happy weekend. And I'll see you on Wednesday. It should be 6 p.m. Mountain Time Wednesday is the next time I'll see you. So thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. And don't forget, each one of your donations is going to be put into this drawing to win a big box of candles from me, yours truly. So we'll see you next time. All right, you guys, bye.